So we're live in New York City where Trump people are walking around. It's surreal to see all the red hats, and we're here with
Carlos Acta.
Carlos, and he's here for the Trump rally, obviously.
Hell yeah.
And tell me, like, what it feels like to live in New York and to see New York finally waking up.
Well, here's the thing, right? We have a pack of absolute criminal degenerates at the federal, state, and local level, destroying not only the city, the entire country. The country is run by a ton of psychopath, left-wing radicals. Okay? It's over. Okay? We gotta freaking do a reboot, a hard reboot on this country. And that's why I'm here.
Do you think it's going to happen? We only have like a week and a few days.
Well, look, put it this way. Nothing will surprise me anymore. Nothing from that other side would surprise me at all. Okay? So, if he wins, fantastic. If he doesn't, then God help us all.
May God help us all. Well, thank you so much for
All right.
praying. I'm praying every night for Donald Trump. I can't wait for him to get in.
Right.
I think he's going to win. So thank you, and have fun at the rally.
God bless you. God bless you.
God bless you.
Go Trump.
Make America great again.
Amen.
So we're here in New York City, and there's so many. Do you have my phone? There's so many people walking around. George Santos is here. Hey, George. George.
Good to see you, my
so
friend.
We've been here for about an hour just shooting, getting the Starlink up. What's your experience been like so far?
Love. It's all love. I mean, you've seen it. Like we've run into some fun people, but I gotta say, the love out here is insane. It's almost surreal that we're in Midtown Manhattan. Like it's almost hard to believe, in a sense, that this is Midtown Manhattan and Madison Square Garden's just right behind us, with tens of thousands of people all around us at all times now, just moving. Obviously, this is the iconic Herald Square, and it's busy as is, but to see it busy with a sea of red hats, MAGA hats, is really, really interesting to me. And the energy is just positive. This is what unity looks like, in my opinion.
It is, and there's really nobody acting like jerk-offs today. We met a few people that disagreed with us, but they're not like the typically Trump deranged person.
Polite, yeah, very polite. The people, even those that don't agree, they're being polite about it. So New York is oddly in a fashion where we have a shot at something here, and we need to focus on that shot.
Well, let's not speak so soon, because I want to kind of go around more of the outskirts, away from the Trump supporters, and talk to some of the just people walking by. So we're going to do that for you guys, just to see what, I guess, people that aren't Trump supporters are thinking. But the city is crazy. It's packed. There's Secret Service everywhere, and we're just going to take a walk.
Yeah.
Want to take a walk? Let's go.
I think that's fantastic.
So we'll go talk to. I heard that there's people. I guess. Could you go maybe in front of us? Is the sound okay? Is he saying that it is? Guys, just so you know, anybody watching this live stream, it's really difficult to get reception here in New York City right now because the Secret Service kind of scrambled the signal. So hopefully we stay in. Let's see. Hold on. I'm going to check it out. Why don't you try to.
New Yorker. Excuse me, ma'am.
That's the mic. Use that one.
All right, so as we're here, we're trying to figure out what's going on and with people. So I see some excited Trump supporters here. We're going to go right there, talk to them. Come over here.
You want me to follow me out there?
You're going to run away with the fight shirt on? No, there you go.
We don't run.
So tell me something. How does it feel to be in the middle of Midtown? This is Herald Square. Usually you come here because your wife wants to go shopping, but no, you're here for Trump today in the middle of Herald Square. How does it make you feel?
It is pretty wild to see the turnout. We're from Jersey, so we know it's extremely liberal in Jersey, New York. But we're all pumped today. Trump 2024, baby!
I think this man has made it very clear how he feels about me.
Absolutely. Secure borders and a strong economy, that's what we want. That's all we got to do. Shut the border down, get us the jobs back, get the economy back. What else do we have to say?
Go Trump!
You know what? That's perfect. I can't say anything else. I see your wife standing here on the sidelines.
Probably trying to hide.
All right, you know what? I don't blame her. So somebody has to keep their job, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm safe in my job, thankfully enough.
Thank you so much for being here for President Trump. You bet. Thank you. As you see, the excitement is just growing as we go and talk to people. Everyday New Yorkers, they're from Jersey. Look, this is just an amazing feeling you have when you're out in the street and people are unafraid to talk and feel how they actually feel. Cara, come over here. Tell me what you think about the energy here right now.
I think it's positive. Somebody just said it's.
Taro, come here. Talk to us about it. Oh, she's,
There's a couple bitter, typical New Yorkers. Generally, they look a certain way. I'm not going to stereotype, whatever.
oh, she
It
looked
is.
pretty though. She had
You know,
pretty blonde
it's
hair.
whatever. It's just always the same type. But the majority of the people here,
George
Manhattan.
Santos, my
Oh
man.
my God, you look like.
Oh my God, you look like
I
Psy.
love you. To the bam, to the to the bam, to the bam. You're Brazilian, right?
Yes.
To the bam, yeah.
So tell me a little bit. What are you doing out here?
Canario!
Face the camera when you
Face the
talk.
camera. Tell me what you're doing out here.
I'm here to support my good friend Donald J. Trump for Supreme Leader of the United States. With him in power, there will never need to be another election.
So, little Rocket Man, tell me, you're not.
Hey, it's so little. It's begging Donald Trump and Arnold Palmer. I'll show it to you later.
Okay.
I'll let you touch it too.
I'm
Face the
okay.
camera, Rocket
Okay.
Man.
So, Rocket Man, tell us, how'd you get into the U.S.?
Hey, Donald Trump got me in, of course. You know.
No, that's impossible. He's not president right now.
Yeah, but he has his channels. He has his contacts.
So Kim Jong-un, Supreme Leader, Little Rocket Man,
Big Rocket Man.
little from where I'm standing.
Oh, really?
So tell us a little bit. Are you excited to be in Madison Square Garden today in Midtown Manhattan?
Oh, of course. It's just like one of my rallies back in North Korea. I like his style.
All right, annyeonghaseyo. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You bet. Thank you.
Oh, I'd like to say hi to Bolsonaro.
Okay.
He needs to get back into power, yeah?
Yes, okay.
Yes.
So you have the Kim Jong-un cosplay here, which actually scared the crap out of me. He looked exactly like the man, but fun, good energy, good vibe. I think even New Yorkers are like, oh my God, he looks like the man. Like, this is absolutely wild. I just, I can't get over the fact that the energy here is intoxicating. Like, people are amazing. Even regular, everyday New Yorkers, they're not as mad. They're just like, do your thing. Oh, come here, talk to us about it. Come here. You see,
You bring it down a little because you talk very loud.
the amazing thing about it is they say these things, but they're unwilling to converse with us and have a conversation. Ma'am, how are you feeling about this happening here in New York today?
I'd walk across the universe to get to this rally. Oh, we got an angry one here.
There you
Sorry.
go.
Love the man, love what he does, love New Yorkers, watching him. We're all together here today. They are trying to make it look like Republicans are so divided. We are more united. We are more. I'm watching the diversity. This is diversity. This
is
New
fun.
York. This is New York.
This is what unity looks
You
like.
better believe it. You bet. I'm a grandmother. I worry about my grandchildren, my children. I want a better future for them. And I'm worried about the same thing that every mother and every woman is worried about. I want safety. I want to walk these streets and not worry that someone's going to knock me over. That's women's rights.
Amen. Amen to that. And are you here? Are you from New York?
I wasn't born here, but I feel like I've been here since 2017 for the second time. And it's better than ever now because I see people really changing. They're calming down.
There's a shift, right?
It's a total shift. And so I am so proud to be here. I'm standing up for the man. He's standing up for us. That's all I can say.
Thank you very much for being here with us. You have fun, okay? And stay safe. Don't get knocked over. There you go. So, look, I'm going to pass it over here to Cara so she can go do a little bit of the coverage herself. But I got to say, it's just lovely to be here, isn't it, Cara?
And so many George Santos fans. A lot of people want to take a picture of George. They love George here in New York. They're
They
not
love
happy
Cara.
that they threw him out very, very nastily. So people love George Santos in New York City, FYI.
Pathological liars, no pathological liars.
All right, so-
You know what pathological liars are?
talk to us about why
Kamala Harris is a pathological liar.
His pants.
You know
He wears
Kamala lied about
diapers.
working at McDonald's?
Google it. Google it. Google Trump shits his pants. He's been wearing diapers for decades. You want
You
that
don't
to
think
run
that
your
Kamala
country.
Harris lied to
You
them? She
want,
lied
you
about a lot
want
of
someone
things.
who shits his pants in adult diapers.
I've
run your
never heard that
country.
one.
Google it.
See, these people are wacky. I never heard that Trump shit his pants in diapers. I mean, they just make stuff up. It's bizarre. And they don't want to answer questions. Let's walk and see if we can find any more deranged individuals. And like I said, you'll notice they're a certain type, and I'm not going to stereotype, but they are a certain type. Let's see. I don't know if we should go this way, but maybe let's just stick right here. What are you thinking? Are you thinking Trump's going to win?
I think Trump is going to win. I'm the thought of there more. I'm getting ready to go to the Trump rally myself. I'm neither Republican or Democrat, but I was invited by Trump and his organization. And I believe that he has a lot of things that he's willing to change for us because our country is crazy and the world is crazy right now, and we definitely need somebody who's gonna go in there and change things instead of just saying I'm gonna do it and they go in there and do nothing.
There's so many guys like black guys, Hispanic guys, all the minority guys are really loving Trump. Even Muslim guys I spoke to last week, I was very surprised. Why do you think that is?
The reason why I think that is because nowadays people are taking their blindfolds off and they're actually seeing what's going on. And Trump is one of those that if he says he's going to do something, he does it. And yes, he is about big business because he is a businessman. But at the end of the day, that's what we all want and need because we all want to be successful. We all want businesses. I'm a businessman myself and I run different businesses and I'm in charge of thousands of people. And it's people like me who helps everybody succeed in life and have a chance and opportunity in order to become better.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to stop and talk. Make sure you go out and vote if you haven't already. And, God bless you.
God bless you too.
Make New York City great again.
Make the world great again. I'm Lothario de Amor.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
You too.
See, as you can see, there's a lot, like you notice, a lot of the minorities that live in the boroughs of the city and not in Manhattan are supporting Trump. But then you get the kind of elitist types walking around New York City that like to scream profanity. It's really unpleasant. But most people here are supportive of Trump. Let's take a walk and see. Let's go. Types. Hey, young man, are you a Trump supporter?
Well, do I have to answer on
I
camera?
don't know. Yeah, well, the camera's right there. You have such a nice face.
Thanks so much.
I'm wondering if you are. It doesn't matter. We like talking to everybody.
I understand. At this time, I don't like to talk on TV live or be
Okay,
online.
so I understand. A lot of people are like that.
Yeah.
But God bless you, and God bless America. So there are some people in New York City that are sort of still afraid to talk on camera. They're afraid of getting canceled. I saw a few people. Could you come here? Come talk. You look so pretty.
Thank you.
So are you here for the rally?
Nope, I'm here to watch the Eagles. Go Birds, baby.
Oh my God. Okay, so there's an Eagles game. I don't even. Who are the Eagles? All I know about is the Trump. Hey.
That's my Halloween costume. I'm dressed up as a boomer. I mean, look, I got khakis and I got my World Series ticket. Let's go Yankees! And of course, New York is Trump County. We are going to flip it. Flip New York. Hey, everybody!
Are you going in the rally?
Probably not, because the party's out here. Well, I mean, I've been to enough rallies. I was at the Bronx, and maybe that's 3 hours away. We'll see.
Are you with an organization, or are you by yourself today?
I'm out here by myself.
Okay.
I'm an extra. I'm currently still a Democrat, but these people have just left us. I am a gay Democrat. Gay Democrat standing out here holding it.
How about gay? Are you gay Democrats for Trump?
Oh, there's so many of us, millions of us, there's the Walk Away campaign, and I'm telling you, they went crazy. Our party went crazy. But
Well, thank you so much. There's gay Democrats for Trump in New York City today, and this is one of them.
Hey, hey, let's go Yankees and Donald Trump.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
God bless you too.
Gay Democrats for Trump.
Sorry, George. Hey, how's it going?
You know what? Talk about high energy.
I was out here at 8 o'clock this morning, serious, and then they got out as directing traffic, and I went home and did a costume change. You know all about costume change.
This guy's great. So look, let's talk about high energy. Hi. So here's how we're doing this. This has become literally right now the epicenter of MAGA. It's in the middle of Manhattan. Midtown Manhattan has been overrun by Trump supporters, and it's driving everybody absolutely crazy. And I love it. I love to see it. The energy is great. Look at people are so nice. They're going by. They might not agree with us, but you know what? They're amazing. Come over here and say hi. No, come on. You're an everyday New Yorker. Pretty girl. Come over here. Come say hello. Are you from New York?
No, I go here for college.
Oh my God, you're gorgeous. By the way, I love the hair. And I'm not trying to make you and pin you politically, but how does it make you feel with all these MAGA hats around? Does it bother you?
A little bit.
But you're okay about it. Like, good for you. Look, high five. Have fun. You see, people are. That's good energy. That's the American spirit being re-embodied into. You know what? Live and let live. We might agree to disagree, but that's a great example of what we should be like, and not divided. So it's amazing to be here in the Big Apple where diversity is key. And as I'm doing this, I'm double fisting microphones. Come over here. Come talk to us. Yo hablo español. Véngase aquí, chica. Come over here. You can't run away from me. I'll speak whatever language you want me to speak. Okay, dígame cómo se siente de estar aquí en Nueva York con Trump acá hoy.
Feliz.
¿Está muy feliz? ¿Vas a votar para Trump?
Yes.
¿Sí? Muy bueno. Gracias. There you go. Hispanics are all excited about it. She doesn't speak English. I speak Spanish. Essentially, all I asked her was, are you excited that Trump is here? She said yes. And are you going to vote for Trump? She said yes. So think about it this way. We're living in times that are just about unity. This is about love. We have to preach love and unity because our country is so hurt. Sir, come over here with that sign. Come over here. Come over here. Turn around. The camera's that way. We're live here for the Gateway Pundit. What made you come to New York City today to support President Trump?
Because I'm an American. I love this country. I believe in what Donald Trump is doing. He articulates the positions that I agree with, that I support, that I want this country to adopt. That's why I'm here.
How does it make you feel to be in the middle of Midtown Manhattan with so many Trump supporters?
I feel great because living in New York City, one can feel that nobody really believes in Donald Trump. I feel very isolated here. But now that I see this tremendous turnout of people, it gives me tremendous confidence that Trump not only will win the election, but that he's going to win over a lot of people who are currently still undecided.
So do you think there's a shot for Trump here in New York?
I think there is a shot. I don't think, I wouldn't say it's a sure bet, but it's not, I don't even think it's even a long shot anymore. I think he has a chance to take in New York State. I really do.
Thank you very much for stopping by, and you have fun and stay safe out there, all right?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. You see, that's another New Yorker very excited about what's going on. You guys are excited over there. Come over here. Get over here. I got a question for you. Come on. Come on. You're running from the camera? This is all about fight. This is about love and unity. You bet. All right. Look, let's do this. I'm going to pass it over to my good friend Cara Castronuva, she's already approaching other people, but let's go over here. Cara.
God bless you. I hear you.
Cara.
Yes. Hey. So yes, I'm here still. What's going on? How's everything?
I wanted to know what that was all about.
What?
That interaction.
Oh, I was asking her if she'll be on camera, and she seems a little bit deranged. But I asked her to tell me why, and she walked away. So I would like to find someone wearing a mask. Generally, is not a Trump supporter. I know it sounds like a gross stereotype, but generally.
Sometimes if I don't like the way you smell.
Okay, George. George said he wears masks sometimes when he doesn't like the way people smell, not me. But anytime I generally see people with masks, I know this sounds like a stereotype, but generally they're not the most friendly people, especially when it comes to asking them if they support Trump. Hey, are you here live streaming?
No, photographer.
Are you here as a journalist, or are you here to support Trump or not support Trump?
Both. I actually voted for him in 16, 20, and now 24.
Oh my God, so you're an old school. You're one of the OGs.
One of the OGs back on a college campus. If you could believe it, I used to wear a Trump hat against arguments,
Wow. So where do you go to school?
St. John's.
St. John's.
St. John's in Queens.
Is it getting better now if you wear a MAGA hat? Less people glare at you?
It's getting a lot better. 2016, you couldn't wear a MAGA hat. You get attacked, you get name called, you get ridiculed. Actually, I had people take pictures of me and post all over social media and all these
But
things.
now people are probably going like that, right? Because they're doing that to me.
Yeah, even in New York, it's strange. You wouldn't think that would happen. 8 years ago, it's unbelievable.
Right.
I thought that he was going to win again in 2020. Obviously,
So you lived through the heartbreak of 2020, waking up and going to sleep thinking Trump was going to win, waking up and being like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm very nervous about this election. I don't want to be traumatized again.
Well, things are a little different. I think that because it happened, now that we're aware of it, once people go to the polls and they see, okay, well, we're going to stop, any sort of mischief or anything from going on, you'll definitely have a lot more watchful eyes on the process. But I do think that, mail-in ballots is imperfect. Obviously, it's, just riddled with fraud and all sorts of things like that. So, we don't know what's going to happen for sure. But I do think this is going to be more secure because there are more watchful eyes knowing what happened last time, and there's too much at stake.
Are you going to the rally?
I am actually, yeah. I'm trying to find a way in.
I think it's that way. So have fun. I'm jealous. I'm gonna probably be out here. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get in because press has to be in by a certain time.
Oh no, the
But
special guest pass line is like
but
all the way down
I
there.
think guys. I think the special guest pass
Yeah,
is over at a certain point. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get in though. I am. I
definitely.
want to see Robert Kennedy Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard. I think they're cool.
So who did you vote
Tucker
for?
I voted for Trump twice, but before that I voted for Obama twice because I wasn't paying attention. I don't think the Democrat Party does anything for the people anymore. I used to be a Democrat. Now I'm a hardcore Trumplican. I'm not even gonna say conservative because some of these people are psychotic rhinos, and you know this.
I respect it, yeah, definitely. I'm the same way, you know. I do like RFK Jr., not just policies in terms of like things like abortion or whatever else, but I do like to make America healthy again, you know.
So you're pro-life.
Absolutely pro-life. Yeah.
The thing that kills me about the whole pro-choice is like they don't even consider what the men think.
Exactly.
A lot of men don't want the women to have an abortion, but then when it comes to child support for the rest of their life, they say, well, you made this baby, so you're going to have to pay child support. But then when it comes to making the decision, I think it should be both people making the decision. Both people made the baby.
It should absolutely, but I do think that there has to be a hard line. One criticism I do have of Trump is that he's kind of, leaning in a little too much. Most likely because he knows that it's a very unpopular opinion. I mean, in New York, I think there's a 50% chance if you're a black child that you'll be aborted. So stats like that is just, unbearable.
That's the part that kills me because there's mostly minority kids that are aborted, and I think it's sick that they continue to hide it like it's women's choice. In my opinion, it's a form of like eugenics. I'm just going to say it on the record.
It absolutely is, and we've been brainwashed to think that it isn't for so long, and so you've had all these children be, murdered, and now, we're kind of getting to the point. We're getting to the point where both sides are starting to come to the middle, which actually is maybe the one issue where that's not something that we want. So we really have to figure out where we stand and take a hard line. I think maybe after the election we'll see what they really think, but it's just very unpopular to say as a Republican or Democrat that you support any pro-life measures,
Right.
Oh, wow.
Well, thank you for being pro-life and fighting for the life of babies. And have a fun time with Trump.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much. God bless.
Where can I see this?
The Gateway Pundit. Go on thegatewaypundit.com and follow us because we are the real news and we say things like nobody wants to say. So follow the Gateway Pundit. And anybody else that's watching, make sure you continue to read and watch the Gateway Pundit. Sorry for all of the people crossing in front of the camera. We are here in a crowded street in Long Island. I'm sorry, in the city, and people just walk by. They don't care if you're shooting. So that's just going to be the story today. People are going to just walk in front of the camera.
Classic New York.
Classic New York, don't even care. But thank you so much.
Thank you.
And follow us at the Gateway Pundit and read us. Thank you so much. So yeah, as you can see, a lot of conservative black men in the city and women who really are pro-life because they realize that a lot of these abortions are pretty much targeting black communities. These Planned Parenthoods are in black communities, Hispanic communities. So it's refreshing to talk to people that want to go on the camera and say that because a lot of people are afraid still to lose their jobs. They don't want to say these things on camera. I just saw George pass by. Let's see if there's anybody else. Is that microphone working?
So we're actually going to go get some package footage right now for later. Let's go Trump. But come over here.
I'll stay on the live stream. So we're still on the live stream? Okay. I guess they don't have. Are you? George is doing some other stuff. Let's see who else we can find. Let's walk that way. Let me just make sure. Okay, hold on. Try to get some. You guys are. All the stuff is going to stay here for now. Is the Starlink working?
Yes, it's working. Are you live right now?
I think so. We're live. Yes. Okay. So we're trying to get the Starlink working so we can use the professional camera. It should be up and going very soon.
That's right.
And I'm just going to walk around and just keep entertaining people.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Jordan is there working hard trying to get the live stream. Would you like to do an interview?
No.
Oh, you don't like Trump, do you?
What?
You don't like Trump? Do you like Trump? You don't? Were you the guy that walked by before? Well, you walked by before and you were yelling at me.
I wasn't yelling.
Well, you're selling.
The guy that kept trying to touch my car and move my car. No.
All right. I don't know. He seems friendly, but he seems not friendly. He has.
I was never yelling at you.
All right. Well, I just wanted to know. Are you making money today selling the Trump gear?
I'm trying to.
Could I get you on camera?
Not if
He's very polite. Actually, I misjudged him. So we're selling MAGA gear here in New York City. This is very surreal because we are literally in Herald Square. Macy's is right there. Everybody knows the iconic Macy's. This is literally where everything happens in New York City. And I can tell you from experience that I was walking through New York City 8 years ago, and there's no way in hell. If I had a microphone that was from a conservative station, if I was wearing a Trump shirt, I would probably be tarred and feathered in the middle of the city. Times have changed. Like we're 8 years later, and now when I'm wearing my Trump hat in the city, people are giving me thumbs up. It's surreal for me as a New Yorker to see merchandise being sold literally at this table right next to me in the middle of Herald Square. Obviously, hi, are you guys here for the Trump rally, or you're just passerby?
Go Trump.
So are you going to go to the rally?
I don't speak English. I'm French.
So do people in France like Trump?
Yes.
Oh, he's popular.
Yes, it's popular. It's great.
Okay, well, good. Bonjour.
Bonjour et bonne chance, Trump.
Okay, thank you so much.
Have a good day.
Thank you. See, there's a lot of tourists in New York, obviously, a lot. And sometimes they're hard to interview, but she was friendly. And apparently Trump is popular in France. I think everybody realizes that Trump is good for world peace. I have no idea where your politics are. Are you from here?
French.
Oh, you're French.
Ouais.
Do you like Trump?
Kamala Harris.
Trump, yes or no?
No Trump. Kamala Harris.
Oh, Kamala Harris! You're lying! You're making that up!
Oh, yes.
French people
Yes.
like Kamala Harris. I find that hard to believe. I wish I could speak French so I could tell you how much she lies.
I don't know French.
What do you speak?
I speak English very bad.
But you know Kamala Harris is a liar.
I know. Kamala
Bad.
Well, Kamala Harris.
Bye. So, okay, this French guy, I guess, likes Kamala Harris. I have no idea what kind of propaganda these crazy French people are putting on their TVs. Why would you like Kamala Harris? She is the most unlikable human being on the freaking planet, and we all know this to be true. I don't want to get hit by a bike in the bike lane. Hold on. All right, let's go this way. Hi. Are you here for the rally? He doesn't want to talk. I respect that, but he had something on his shirt that says "In God We Trust." Generally, I go up to people with religious stuff because I know they could generally be Trump supporters, and they're generally not rude. Hi, sir. Could I interview you? Oh, you're on the phone? Just so you guys understand, in New York City, people are friendly sometimes, but not all the time. We have to find the friendly ones. We have to weed them out. Sometimes you go up to people in New York and ask them to interview, and they want you to give them money. Because people in New York are always hustling, and it's sort of an annoying trait when it comes down to it. Let's see. Trump supporter? Can I get a question from you?
Yeah, sure.
This is a Trump supporter here. You're from New York City?
Yeah, I'm from Queens.
What part?
Jackson Heights.
From Jackson Heights. And what nationality originally?
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh. So we have I've never met a Bangladesh for Trump. We just met a gay Democrat for Trump. And now we have Bangladesh for Trump. Last week I met Muslims for Trump. Why do you like Trump?
We need to back this country again because our situation, everything is going on. It's not good. So Trump would be the first and final solution for this country. So that's the reason I'm voting for Trump.
Did you vote for him the last two times?
No, I didn't vote.
This is the thing. This is the story here I'm telling you guys. And I talk to people every day with a microphone and without. People that didn't vote for Trump are voting for Trump. And Trump won big time in the past. And I think it's going to be huger because there's so many people saying they didn't vote for him before, but they're voting for him now.
Mm-hmm. You're right. That's right. Yeah. So people are come for Trump for the reason, what is going on the situation, all those things happen in this world. So it's crazy thing. So definitely we'll come forward for Trump for 2024. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless you. So, it is the truth. There's so many people I've spoken to that says that they're voting for Trump for the first time. And there's really no one I've spoken to, maybe one person in the past years that said they're not voting for Trump and they voted for him before. So the phenomenon goes that way, but not the other way. I think that anybody that thinks that Liz Cheney and Dick Cheney are good to get their endorsement, like Kamala Harris, she got the endorsement of Dick and Liz Cheney. Actually, that really turns off Democrats and independents and makes them not want to vote for her. So I think that was a really big faux pas. Let's see if some more. Hi, would you like to talk?
Yeah, I'd love to talk.
This is obviously a young Republican. He's young and he's a Republican here in New York City. I thought it was a dying breed, but it doesn't seem to be so. More young Republicans in New York City than ever before. Would you agree?
I would agree. I'm from Connecticut, and I came 2 hours away from Marist College, brought 3 other students is with me, my roommates. One of them's even a Democrat, and he voted red down ballot. And we're all first-time voters in a presidential election. We all voted for Trump.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
So 21, first-time election, voted for Trump. So you'll always remember this and his Democrat friend. And you voted down ballot.
Voted down ballot, and he in the summer he was all for Kamal, but after the whole assassination and things he saw with Kamal and not doing America First policies, and he's Jewish, so what he saw for Israel, he's disgusted by. He needs new leadership back in this office.
I feel like that assassination attempt really backfired if it was indeed a deep state plot. I don't know that for sure, but it seems like so many guys were so taken by it, including Mark Zuckerberg, crazily. Like a lot of guys kind of became Trump supporters that I've spoken to. It's insane to me. I mean, I guess women aren't as impressed by a guy taking a bullet in the air and jumping up and saying fight, 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 but men certainly are.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, to me, it's like a president can't be safe in an open area, and that's where we've drawn the line too far in democracy. So that's the scariest part. And I've been a Trump supporter since 2016, as long as I couldn't vote. So here I am now, first time voting for my first ballot for Donald J. Trump.
Please bring out your other friends to vote, the ones that are on the fence. Try to get them out.
They're here. They're volunteering.
And between now and the election, I'm telling everybody that's watching this now, don't even bother trying to discuss these things with the deranged Democrats. Go to your independent friends or people that are too lazy to go vote. They like Trump, but they're just lazy. You know, a lot of kids are like that. And just drive them to those polls.
I've actually been registering a bunch of people at Marist College, even in my hometown, my cousins, everybody. I've been trying to get everyone to register, get out to vote. If you can't vote on election day, mail-in ballot, early vote, do it, get it done. And that's all that matters. Get the ballot in the box.
Thank you so much. God bless you. Have fun at the rally.
Thank you.
Have fun. It's going to be a great one. Yeah. Back when I was 21, I was going to Dave Matthews concerts. That was interesting. Now, if I was 21 going to a Trump rally, I would be so excited. So excited.
Yeah, I'm really pumped. I mean, I've never seen Trump, but I'm definitely the biggest fan that everyone has known around me, my town, my family, and I'm really excited to see him. I'm going to be screaming my head off like a football fan.
Well, hopefully you grow up to be a politician because we need more young people in the Republican Party. So, you know, keep fighting.
Yeah, I'll lose a lot of friends, but I don't care.
You'll make a lot of other cooler ones.
Oh, I will, and I'll make this country great again.
Thank you. God bless you.
You as well.
All right. See you later. So, you know, a lot of young Republicans in New York City, it has grown. I was part of that club some years ago, and it was pretty small. But there's new ones that are joining every day. It's actually becoming cool again to be a Republican. I think before kids were really afraid to say they were Republicans. They were afraid to, I guess, be canceled at their college or on social media. They felt like they might not get a girlfriend or a boyfriend. You know, they were on, what are those dating apps? Tinder, Plenty of Fish, Bumble, and it's like I remember I used to go on there for a friend, not me, and and people would say if you're a Trump supporter, swipe left, meaning they don't want to talk to you. But I don't see that so much anymore. I think that people are more open-minded to dating interpolitically. Interpolitical dating has become a thing. People are becoming more, I think, accepting this time around of people's political views. We're not 100% there, but we're getting there, which is the good news. Let's see if I think a lot of people are rushing to get inside right now because they're afraid that they might not get in. The garden will be packed out. Tulsi Gabbard is here. Robert Kennedy Jr. is here. Tucker Carlson is here. Dana White is here, as well as obviously J.D. Vance and Donald Trump and so many others. That guy that sings "God Bless the USA," what is his name? Greenwood? Right, Greenwood. The guy, he's singing today. So Scott LeBedo, everybody is here, and they brought out the big guns for this last rally at New York City. This is like Trump's big bash. This was his dream always, to be in Madison Square Garden. Trump is a native son of New York. He's originally a New Yorker from Queens, where I'm from, and I think he really holds Madison Square Garden to be a very special place, as I did. I actually got to box there, and I won a title at Madison Square Garden, and that was like the shining moment of my life. And I think Trump, just being a New Yorker in Madison Square Garden, and having so much cultural influence here, really wanted to do Madison Square Garden, and that was important to him, and I respect that. A lot of people are saying, let's go this way, the swing states, he should be focusing there. Hi, are you here for the rally? Okay, see you later. So a lot of people are saying, why is Trump coming to New York? He's behind 19 points. That's not true. Those polls are fake. And I think that he's coming here to New York City because he thinks he could win New York City, and also optically, it looks amazing across the country to have Trump in a very liberal state like New York and doing so well and seeing so many New Yorkers embrace him. I think that will have an effect on the psyche of the voters in Michigan, say for example, or Pennsylvania, seeing Trump here and seeing that he's doing well and that people are finally embracing his message. So let's talk to some more people. Hey, are you here for the rally?
Yes.
Where are you from?
Brooklyn.
I can tell from your accent. What are you Italian?
No, I'm actually Greek.
Oh, you're Greek.
Yes.
Very similar. So I couldn't tell if you were a Trump supporter because you're not wearing the MAGA hat. So I'm just taking a chance on it. Are you?
I am. I think it's time this country goes into a different direction. And, he has to win for the good of the country, turn the economy around, prevent World War III, amongst many other things.
Are you originally from New York?
I was born and raised.
So that's the point I'm trying to make to the people watching about New York. People don't understand New York. People think, guys, hold on. Sorry, whatever. See, people also don't, in New York, people think it's very liberal. And it's really the people that move here, these liberals from across the country to Manhattan, that ruin it for everybody. The people from the boroughs, the people that were born and raised here, like the Greeks, the Italians, the Hispanics, that are from Brooklyn, that are from the Bronx, that have family here, that have roots here, are not liberal. And do you think that's true?
I do. I think that's true. I think a lot of these people were probably Democrats at one point, and I don't think they left the Democrat Party. I think the Democrat Party left them. I remember the day when, I voted for Obama in the past. I voted for Clinton. They were moderates, and now they've just went extreme left, and they need to go back to the center. And the country needs to unite. I think Obama had the best opportunity to unite the country. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. When you started calling the cops systemic racism in the police departments, I thought that was very divisive, and that turned a lot of people off. So I think the Republicans veered a little to the left. I think the Democrats went way to the left, and the country just has to shift back to the center overall.
Right. So you're voting for Trump this time, and you voted for him last time?
I voted for him last time. I don't want candidates that are warmongers and that are going to start World War III. I thought Hillary was a warmonger, so that's why I supported Trump. 2020 was just an election to forget, and hopefully the country, common sense prevails and he wins now in 2024 for the good of the world.
So we have Greek supporter from Brooklyn for Trump, and like I said, all the ethnic communities this year are supporting Trump and have always been a little bit more, I'd say, sane when it comes to politics than the liberals in Manhattan that are just not from New York City originally. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's go Trump.
Yeah, make America great again. Hey, do you have an opinion? It seems I had a feeling this woman was not supporting Trump.
No.
Tell me, where are you originally from? New York?
I am.
What part?
Manhattan.
So Manhattan. I'm not sure if that solidified the point I was trying to make, but it might not have, because you are originally from Manhattan.
Well, I was from Queens, but I'm from New York.
So here, let's step over
Sure.
so we can see your face. So tell me why you don't like Trump.
I think he threatens everything we hold sacred in this country.
Such
I
as?
think our freedoms. I think a woman's right to choose. I grew up with the protections of Roe v. Wade, and to think that nieces and granddaughters will never enjoy that. And as Maya Angelou said, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. And he has shown us in 2016, in 2020, and worse now.
I think the country was, this is my opinion, and I don't want to be combative, but I think that the country was in a wonderful place when Trump was president.
And how would that have been? Was it?
I mean, everything was going good. There was no wars around the world happening. The economy was very good. People were happy.
Do you think he has any influence on what goes on in the Middle East?
Yes.
And how would that be?
Well, really, let's face the camera. Really, wait, no. Do you have her face? Both of us, yeah. So really, in the Middle East, obviously, the Middle East is very reliant on the United States. We all know who's running the Middle East. That's my opinion. Ukraine war. We've been funding the Ukraine war, which I'm against completely. If we weren't funding the Ukraine war, there would be no Ukraine war.
Well,
I don't think that.
So would that be because Trump handed over Ukraine to Putin? Would that be because
that
of
all
that?
happened for the most part underneath the Biden administration?
No, it did not. No, it did not. It most certainly did not.
I'm a non-interventionalist, and I think that if Ukraine was supposed to fall, it's not the United States' position to
So
arm
a
them.
sovereign nation, which is invaded by a foreign country, they were sovereign Ukraine, and Russia decided that they wanted to go back to the old
Why
days
is
of
it
the
our
Soviet
business
Union.
if Russia? Why is our business? We have
Because-
Americans here suffering.
Because that was an isolationist policy, and isolationism did not really work well for this country overall. NATO is a strong alliance. NATO protects all of us with our alliances.
We had an
during World War II.
agreement not to have Ukraine join NATO. That was a very
It has nothing to
You
do
can't
with
just break your word.
It's not a question of Ukraine joining NATO. Ukraine isn't part of NATO, but as a protector, what do you think? Once Ukraine goes down, do you think Poland's not going down?
I could agree with you on one thing. You probably hate George Bush.
Actually, not the way I hate this guy.
Well, let's wait. I want to face the camera. George Bush, to me, was the most psycho president, besides a few others, in the way that he lied about the weapons of mass destruction with his friend Dick Cheney.
Cheney lied.
They destabilized the Middle East. They destabilized Europe as a result. That's what happens when you intervene and you try to overthrow governments, and you try to go into different countries and impose your will and overthrow people and accuse them of having weapons of mass destruction, bomb hundreds of thousands of people. They're all dead. American soldiers are committing suicide after that war because they realized that we were wrong. More American soldiers committed suicide after the Iraq war than actually died there. So to me, that is not a good policy to intervene in other countries.
What policy do you think Trump? What policies are Trump's? What concepts do you think are Trump's? Do you think that he would possibly defend our country in a way that we need to be defended? Internally, there's more rift here than any time ever before. He stokes hatred. He stokes, for me as a Jew, anybody to say that if he loses, it's Jews' fault, I have a hard time with
How
that.
come so many, you're one of the first Jewish people, and I mean this, and I've been in the Orthodox communities
Well, the Orthodox are right wing, so the
No, but I've
don't
spoken
give up
to
the Orthodox.
one of my best friends is Jewish, and she's voting for Trump this year. She's saying that she feels that he's more.
Ask people in Israel. I have friends in Israel. They don't like Netanyahu, and they don't like this guy. There is no way that our country, as a Jewish person, can talk about the Republican Party being pro-Israel when you have someone who said there are good people on both sides in Charlottesville when they're walking with tiki torches saying Jews will not replace us. And he was okay with that.
I'm okay with either candidate saying they're pro-America. That's the most important thing to me.
Well, you and I definitely have different concepts of
So
what's
you have more of a
pro-America.
globalist kind of viewpoint, like you think that America should be intervening and
I didn't say intervene,
or
I
then
was
should
defending.
defending.
Because it's, as an American, if anything happened here, I'd want my NATO allies defending us.
I met a Korean girl recently. She actually stayed at my house. She was an exchange person. And she said that people in Korea are very afraid right now in South Korea because, believe it or not, I didn't know this, the Korean War is still going on, technically. And they're so afraid that Kim Jong-un is going to attack South Korea because he knows that all of our military has been deployed to Israel, has been deployed to Ukraine, and now this is his chance to come invade South Korea. So what that made me think, if South Korea is afraid that the U.S. doesn't have weapons to help them, do we have weapons still here in the United States if we get invaded? Because we're sending them everywhere.
Because I don't know that.
This is a real fear that the people in South Korea are talking about.
Do you know that?
It just made me start thinking.
Well, again, I think he's a danger. I would cringe. I would kind of like to see myself maybe living somewhere else if this guy ever came into office.
Okay, well, I respect our differences, and I just want to leave you with this because I'm very Christian, and I know you're Jewish, and I think so. We're both religious. When it comes to the pro-choice stuff and the pro-life, I used to be pro-choice, and I feel like very I've changed as I've gotten older, and just don't try to, please, if you could just keep it in your heart not to judge pro-life people, because
why do they get to judge
but
us?
we genuinely just care about babies and wanting to save them, and I think that's a beautiful thing.
And then again, why would anybody, I'm not telling a woman who believes in her Christian faith not to have an abortion, why do they get the right to tell any woman what they should do with their health care? And it's not even abortion, it's health care rights, it's health care safety. It's health, just health care in general for women. So a woman should bleed out.
I just think that a baby is born at conception, and I think that
That is your
right.
belief.
That's my belief, and I'm
Correct.
explaining it to you so you understand what pro-life. And I'm not saying that you have to believe that, but I
understand
believe
what it
that.
is.
And to me, it's like people would have to, if somebody was murdering a child on the street, people would get in the way and they'd say, stop, don't murder that child. I believe it's a child at conception. That's my belief, and I'm just telling you where we're
That's your
coming from.
belief. I don't believe the same way. So why does anyone of your belief, which I respect, get to tell me how I should believe?
I'll keep that in mind. And thank you for being nice. I mean, this is what I mean. People have definitely become more open to political discourse here in New York City, and it was nice talking to you today. Thank you so much. So yeah, I mean, people generally in the past have been way more deranged than that. I mean, like obviously she was very upset about Trump. She probably watches a lot of CNN or MSNBC, or I don't even know what these people do where they get these distorted facts. But really, I can't even picture that conversation happening 8 minutes ago. Her actually stopping and not having a meltdown. Hopefully, we don't get people having meltdowns today. But you never know. We are in New York City. Let's see. Maybe George wants there's George. He's talking to somebody. Somebody's interviewing George. Let's take a walk. Let's go this way. It's actually nicer to talk to people, I think, that don't agree, because we all know where Trump supporters stand. They want to make America great. They care about this country. They're fed up of the New York BS. People are rushing in right now to get online. The line is outrageously long. I'm considering going into the crowd shortly to show you guys. I see the gay Democrat for Trump passing by there. I could generally tell. Hi, would you guys like to talk about why you're here today? From the New York Republican Club? You know Gavin Wax?
I'm actually not currently I'm not a part of it. I was just here to yes ma'am.
Are you going to go in the rally?
If I have a chance to.
Because you have to get in line early.
Yes ma'am. I hear that there's estimated about maybe 100,000 people that are gonna
There's a lot of people in. I hope I get in, but I would like to interview people cool people like that, and all these people wearing these Trump shirts and USA hats. It's nice to see that in New York City.
Yes ma'am. I know that you're gonna get a whole lot of interviews going down 33rd. Okay. For sure.
So I'm going to take a walk down 33rd shortly. Let me just go grab my bag then. I'm going to head this way, grab my bag. We're going to go down 33rd. Trump 2024?
Trump 2024, baby. We're hoping we can win. Let's go, MAGA.
So there's all these Trump, thank you. There's a lot of people with MAGA. Trump 2024? Trump 2024! Fight, fight, fight! Save this country!
Hey, how are you? Oh my God!
So
I'm
we're
so
here.
excited.
Are you excited?
I'm going for Trump. I want to save America with my friends, my family. If it isn't Trump, it isn't anybody. Don't want Harris. She's an empty suit.
Right. She's
Total
a
empty
complete
suit.
nimwit.
And I watch you every week. You're awesome.
Thank you so much.
Love
Thank
you. Love you. Thank
God bless you. I'm here with Gateway Pundits today, but I'm Newsmax sometimes. Yeah. Oh, good. Keep watching. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye. God bless. I will. He's over there. You might run into him somewhere. He's lurking. John Tobacco from Newsmax is always lurking. So yeah. I'm surprised I haven't seen any counter protesters. I'm sure they'll show up later. They always have.
Where do you guys broadcast out of?
We're here in New York City right now.
I just did an interview with South Korea and Japan and Canada.
Awesome.
Everybody's getting me. I'm going viral.
gays for Democrat gays for Trump.
You got that right.
Hey ladies, are you here for the rally?
We are.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
Where are you coming from?
Well, we came from Maryland.
From Maryland, that's far,
yeah, it
because
is.
Madison Square Garden is iconic, and all the best speakers besides Trump, he brought the whole team. Who's here? Do you know?
Oh yeah, J.D. Vance.
J.D.
is
Vance,
here.
yeah.
Rudy Giuliani.
Rudy Giuliani's here.
Tucker Carlson.
Tucker Carlson. I love Robert Kennedy Jr. because of the health.
And he's here too. Yes,
Tulsi
everybody.
Gabbard.
Tulsi Gabbard.
So many people. And the guy that sings "God Bless the USA." What's his name?
Something Len Greenwood.
Len Greenwood is here, and he's gonna do the song. Lee Greenwood's gonna do the whole song live. Normally they play it. Now he's doing it live.
That'll be great.
You're from Maryland?
Yes,
Two
we are.
sisters?
Yes, we are. Yeah.
So two sisters drove up all the way from Maryland today to come to this wonderful rally. The energy is really great, and you guys have a good time.
Thank you.
Make America great again.
Yes, that's what we want to do.
Thank you so much. We're walking. Are you doing good? Yeah. We see more red hats. George Santos. Oh, he's doing something. Hey, ladies. Can I ask you a question on camera? Fun question. Do you read the Gateway Pundit?
Hey, Ron, I want to know why we're here.
I like your hat.
Thank you.
Are you signing up for something?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Okay, so there's a bunch of women here. They're all like signing. I guess they're talking to another media organization. There's a lot of media here today. I think it's better to be on the outside than the inside. I do hope that I get inside later, but we're not allowed to walk around with these microphones and show you guys what's going on. If you go inside as a journalist, you have to sit in the press pen. I don't really want to sit with CNN and the fake news. They actually make me sick. I've done it a few times and it's nauseating. I'd rather be out here just talking to regular people like this guy. Hey, come on, you got to talk to me.
Of course, gladly.
Where are you from?
I'm from Jersey.
Okay, where are you originally from?
My family's from India.
India. So India, today you're the first Indian from Trump. I met a gay Democrat for Trump. I met Bangladesh for Trump. So many ethnic minorities coming out to support Trump, I think more than before.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The red wave that we're seeing, Miami County just went red, which is huge for Florida. I mean, Trump's going to take Florida regardless, but...
Do you mind for a second? Can you put the camera there? Look at that. So guys, I'm here with my friend from India, and we're watching all these great flags going by. Those are the Chinese for Trump. We got to go get them later. Japan for Trump. So tell me what you love most about Trump.
Well, he puts America first. He's what? He's 78. He's a billionaire. He doesn't need to do this. He loves this country, and that's what we really need right now. Someone who actually puts this country first and loves America.
Did you vote for him before?
Of course. Voted him for 2020, the first time I could vote. Voting for him again.
Okay, good. And make sure you get your friends out, your independent friends and your Trump supporter friends that are lazy. Make sure they go vote.
My mom's a Democrat. She's voting Trump this year.
Okay, good. Oh my God, I keep hearing that from. This is what I mean. I think if this election is fair, and what do they call? What do they call it? The most fair and what?
Whatever.
They said the most fair, and they made up some other word. How the last election was the one, when they had all those mail-in ballots. As long as the election is fair and it's conducted properly, there's no way Trump is not winning. I've never met so many former Democrats or Democrats voting for Trump in my life. Never. This is different. This year is different. I'm telling you, I've been doing this I did this in 2016 and 2020. Talk to people. It's changed. It's changed.
What platform are you guys on?
The Gateway Pundit.
Gateway Pundit.
So you go on the gatewaypundit.com and you follow the Gateway Pundit and you can see it. It'll be our live stream from today.
Oh, definitely. I'll go check it out. Okay. Thanks for interviewing me.
Thank you so much. God bless you. You want to go? Okay, are we off now?
No.
Okay, we're going to take a break?
Yeah, we're going to take a break.
We're going to take a break. Should I say that? Okay, guys, we're taking a break, but we'll be back soon. This time, I think we're going to take it over to that big crowd over there. People are chanting USA. Flags are passing by from Japan. There's a delegation coming from Japan, literally marching for Trump. There's so much stuff going on that way. We're just going to take a break, and then we'll bring you closer to Madison Square Garden and closer to President Trump when we come back.
Our top story today from thegatewaypundit.com, a senior Pentagon employee suspected as a leaker of an Israeli retaliatory strike plans to Iran. Was previously outed as Iran's spy, but was kept on anyway. We're exposing this new development and so much more here on the Gateway Pundit's Weekend Review. My name is Elijah Schaefer, and this is the Gateway Pundit's Weekend Review, where we cover the top 5 stories of the last 24 hours. Our top story, coming from Jim Hoft, is a senior Pentagon employee suspected as the leaker of an Israeli retaliatory strike plans to Iran. Check this out. Well, House Speaker Mike Johnson confirmed on Sunday that the U.S. government is now investigating the unauthorized release of these documents, which are believed to have originated from the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency and the National Security Agency. Now, a senior Pentagon official has been identified as the primary suspect in a classified leak involving the Israeli Defense Force IDF plan to strike Iran. The American official under suspicion has been named as Ariane Tabatabai, if that's even how you pronounce their last name, an Iranian-American scholar of political science who currently serves as a senior policy advisor at the Pentagon. According to the JewishPress.com, one of the most notable and respected publications out there, a Pentagon official told Sky News in Arabic that the investigation being conducted by intelligence agencies in Washington into the leaking to Tehran documents of the IDF plan to strike Iran has begun to indicate suspicion of the involvement of a senior employee in the Pentagon. The American official added that the employee suspected of leaking the documents is an American of Iranian origin named Arian Tabatabai, if that's, or Tabatibi, depending how you pronounce that. Arian is an Iranian-American scholar of political science, writer, and senior policy advisor to the United States Department of Defense. After the Biden administration directly took office in January of 2021, she joined the U.S. negotiating team in nuclear negotiations with Iran between 2021 and 2022. She served as an advisor to Robert Malley, the chief promoter of pushing a deal with Iran at any cost. Now, members of the U.S. Congress, especially Republicans, have pointed that Robert Malley was investigated after being suspected of having dealt with classified information without prior permission and of having secret contacts with Iranian figures. Top Iranian Pentagon officials Arian Tabatabai is an Israeli-Iran attack plan who kept her top-level security clearance despite previous spying for Tehran accusations. She also is a longtime Iranian operative who kept her security clearance despite previous spying. Tablet magazine accused her of being an Iranian agent. Now, I just accuse her of looking like a libtard. But the fact that we have Iranians and these people, serving in our agencies as spies, this idea of dual allegiance, can you imagine? Imagine people with dual citizenship or are known to be corroborating with another government, serving in the United States security forces, serving in our intelligence agencies. Well, unfortunately, that is what we deal with every single day in our country. The fact that when we find out someone's spying like this, what do we do about this? I mean, they leaked a plan, an Israeli plan, but is that really against American, sovereignty? Should we really be penalizing people for, doing things like this? Maybe, because if Israel's our greatest ally, then she might have just crossed the wrong person exactly. Our next story, Tim Walz tries to insult Elon Musk, jumping around like a dipshit. Trump campaign responds with epic troll video. Check this out. Christina Lila reports that Tim Walz tried to insult Elon Musk on Tuesday during a low-energy rally in Madison, Wisconsin. Elon Musk endorsed President Trump and joined him on the campaign trail earlier this month. The crowd went wild as Elon Musk jumped around on stage. Check out this clip of Tim Walz directly talking. Here's what he had to say. Watch.
Elon's on that stage, jumping around, skipping like a dipshit on these things.
I'm sorry, Tim. He's jumping around like a dipshit, huh? Let's look at a couple videos here, or at least one of what you look like when you're coming out on the stage. And maybe you were coming out then more than just on the stage, if you know what I mean.
Around, skipping like a dipshit. Jumping 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 around, skipping like a dipshit.
I can play that as my ringer. Tim Walz is a fraud. Why point your finger? I mean, Tim Walz is a very happy gay man, right? He lives a very exciting life. He's weird, he's strange, and that's what liberals love. So I don't know why he's taking cheap shots at Elon Musk. Speaking of government waste and human trafficking, breaking news from Christina Lila, the federal government whistleblower exposes $347 million contract for transporting unaccompanied minors. We have a video here in just a moment, but Clarissa Rippey, a contract specialist working in the General Services Administration, blew the whistle and exposed a $347 million contract for transporting unaccompanied minors. My line in the sand moment was when I found out that the GSA had awarded a contract to a company to transport unaccompanied minors. Shared current General Services Administration contract specialist said that there was $347 million contract awarded to the company responsible for transporting unaccompanied minors across the United States. It felt like someone kicked me in the gut, she told James O'Keefe. We have the clip for you. You got to watch it because it's rather remarkable. Listen.
My line in the sand moment was when I found out that GSA had awarded a contract to a company to transport unaccompanied minors.
What was that like for you?
It was like someone kicked me in my gut. Once I found out about the contract, I that night, I got on my computer and I started doing a Google search.
Action obligation 40 million, total contract value 347 million. That's over $250 million. That's a lot of money to transport unaccompanied children. I mean, this is a big money business.
And that's why we're sitting here today, because as I shared before, what you know, you cannot unknow.
The crisis of conscience would only grow and reach inside the holy grail of the unaccompanied child transportation business. There's the white buses right there. That's the FedEx transportation hub for the unaccompanied minor children. They stop the transportation of children, they stop the money.
My name is Clarissa Rippey.
And where do you work?
I work for General Services Administration, aka GSA.
And for those who are not familiar with what GSA is or what it does, can you talk a little about that?
GSA, it basically manages all the services for the federal government. Then you have the transportation side of GSA that manages like travel, transportation, and logistics.
So what she's saying is there's a contract given to a logistical organization that's then used to traffic children. You know, sometimes this organization drops 20 kids off at the same address. You really think these kids are going with their parents? You think they're going with some sort of a, guardian? No, these people are being, at least a good portion, are being trafficked directly. Now, I want to remind you that one person who's been exposing a lot of this corruption in the government is Mike Lindell. And because of that, not only has the corporate media, but the entire government crashed down on him. And they recently just canceled a huge order, leaving MyPillow with a ton of extra pillows. But you know what? Their loss is your gain. And for the first time ever, you will get a standard classic MyPillow for wholesale prices, only $14.88. But it gets even better. For a limited time, they're going to offer this entire classic collection at wholesale prices. Get queen-size MyPillows for just $18.88. Upgrade to king size for only $1 more, and get the body pillows for $29.88. Multi-use pillows for $9.88. Go to mypillow.com right now, mypillow.com. Use my promo code in the corner there, Elijah. It's ELIJAH, and you can get these amazing deals for just $14.88. Or you can call 1-800-210-8491 to take advantage of wholesale pricing today. Free shipping on orders over $75. That's right, $14.88. Now, as we talk about this, by the way, my pillows are the most comfortable pillows in the world, so you should get some. But Kamala Harris bombs in an NBC interview when asked why voters trust Trump and not her on the economy. We have the video here. Check out this interview where she just completely bombs. Here's what she had to say.
Then why do you think that's not landing with voters? Because in the numbers, it's the opposite. Former President Trump leads you on this issue.
Well, when I'm out, this is why I'm going out to Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Michigan. Excuse me, just got in late this morning, actually. But going to 3 states yesterday, and I'm going to continue being on the road. I have to earn the vote.
I have to earn the vote. Do you really? Do you need to earn the vote, Kamala? Because last time I checked, you're planning on rigging the election, and you're going after the most lowly informed, voters in general. You're going after the actual idiots. Check this out as she continues to fumble over her words.
I will move on, but I don't know that I heard a clear answer from you on the issue of gender affirming care. It sounds like what you're saying is there should be something between trans Americans and their doctors. It feels like that's a long way from we see you and we love you, which was your message to trans Americans in May. What do you want the LGBTQ plus community to know as they're looking for a full-throated backing from you for trans Americans?
I believe that all people should be treated with dignity and respect. Period. And should not be vilified for who they are, and should not be bullied for who they are. And
our top story today from thegatewaypundit.com, a senior Pentagon employee suspected bombs. Here's what she had to say.
Then why do you think that's not landing with voters? Because in the numbers, it's the opposite. Former President Trump leads you on this issue.
Well, when I'm out, this is why I'm going out to Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Michigan. Excuse me, just got in late this morning, actually. But going to 3 states yesterday, and I'm going to continue being on the road. I have to earn the vote.
I have to earn the vote. Do you really? Do you need to earn the vote, Kamala? Because last time I checked, you're planning on rigging the election, and you're going after the most lowly informed, voters in general. You're going after the actual idiots. Check this out as she continues to fumble over her words.
I will move on, but I don't know that I heard a clear answer from you on the issue of gender affirming care. It sounds like what you're saying is there should be something between trans Americans and their doctors. It feels like that's a long way from we see you and we love you, which was your message to trans Americans in May. What do you want the LGBTQ plus community to know as they're looking for a full-throated backing from you for trans Americans?
I believe that all people should be treated with dignity and respect. Period. And should not be vilified for who they are. And should not be bullied for who they are. And that is a true statement for me my entire career.
I just don't think people should be damn bullied. Man, why are you black sometimes and then all of a sudden you're eloquent and you're still defending, I heard that right, trans Americans? It's now a identity group? I thought it was like LGBT Americans, but now it's trans Americans. We are doing hyphenations with this. Look, if this woman becomes president, we are in for the time of our life, and not in a good way. Ultimately, just the fact the economy is going to be in such a bad shape. I mean, who knows what this person is planning on doing? Why do people care about minorities so much? Why do we hear so much about anti-Semitism, about trans people? What about white people? What about straight people? What about the people who built this country? Have you guys forgotten about us? We're still here. That being said, our last story, Kamala Harris stutters as she repeatedly denies that she was engaged in a massive cover-up around Biden's cognitive decline. Christina Lytle reports we have the original video here. Check this out as she can't get her words straight.
Can you say that you were honest with the American people about what you saw in those moments with President Biden as you were with him again and again, repeatedly in that time?
Of course. Joe Biden is an extremely accomplished, experienced, and capable in every way that anyone would want if they're president.
You never saw anything like what happened at the debate night behind closed doors with him?
It was a bad debate. People have bad debates. He is absolutely.
But that's the reason why you're here, and he's not running for the top of the ticket.
Well, you'd have to ask him if that's the only reason why.
What do you think?
I am running for president of the United States. Joe Biden is not. And my presidency will be about bringing a new generation of leadership to America that is focused on the work that we need to do to invest in the ambitions and aspirations of the American people.
It's a judgment question. That's why I ask. Can the American people trust you in these moments, even when it's maybe uncomfortable for Americans to level with Americans in that way? So that's why I ask. And it sounds like what you're saying is you feel like you never saw anything like that from President Biden.
I have worked with Joe Biden, hours and hours and hours over these 4 years, whether it be in the Situation Room or the Oval Office. Joe Biden is the one who was able to bring NATO together during a crisis where for the first time in 70 years, Europe saw and has seen war. Joe Biden has done the work that has been about being a leader on what we have done to fix so much of what has been broken in terms of the economy because of Donald Trump's mismanagement. I speak with not only sincerity, but with a real firsthand account of watching him do this work. I have no reluctance in saying that.
No, she doesn't. But the reality is she did cover it up and then was a part of the coup. Now, if you like videos like this, don't forget to leave a like and a comment down below. And of course, don't forget to subscribe directly to our mug club at thegatewaypundit.com. I'm Elijah Schaefer. Thank you so much again for watching the Week in Review. Have a great rest of the week, and may God bless the United States of America. I'm signing out. All right, do you know how to make the cut in that one?
Let's not forget that there is no one more guilty of hiding Joe Biden's cognitive decline than Kamala Harris. Out of all the participants in the scheme to pull the wool over the eyes of the average American and not let us know that our president was not home anymore, Kamala's role was probably the most egregious. She was around the man all the time. She says herself that she was in the Situation Room and a part of every major decision. You're telling me that at no point in time she noticed that he was cooked? And she lied about him till the bitter end, saying that Joe Biden was sharp as a tack. At least that was until the party oligarchs ripped him out, threw him in a ditch somewhere, and replaced him with her. And if you need a reminder of how bad he really is, this is him trying to apologize to Indian tribes.
The Gila Indian River community, the Gila
A Democrat running for U.S. Senate in Missouri, Lucas Kuntz, accidentally shot a reporter at a campaign event with Adam Kinzinger. But don't worry, he put a band-aid on him afterward, so everything's alright. Also, for the record, this is exactly what I imagined Adam Kinzinger would look like holding an AR. Anyways, they didn't mean to hit the reporter, they just so happened to be dumb enough to be shooting at steel targets very, very close, and a piece of shrapnel came and got him in the arm. After the photo op, the reporter was taken to the hospital, treated for non-serious injuries. But talk about crazy, these are the people who want to restrict your ability to own a firearm, and now they're out. Do you think that they regret removing Joe yet? I don't know. But anyways, Kamala Harris has now come up with a brand new answer when asked about what policies she would have done differently than Joe Biden. If you remember, she continues to say she wouldn't have done anything different. There's not one single thing that they did that she would have changed in the entire 3.5 years. I guess her campaign figured out that that is a really, really bad answer because most Americans are not happy with the decisions that Kamala and Joe made over the last couple of years. So now she says, well, listen, I've only said that because vice presidents aren't supposed to be critical of their president. She basically says, well, it's not very nice. It's not very traditional to criticize your president. But then she does lay out a couple of things. When really pressed, she says, well, I'm going to give people $25,000 because when in doubt, just bribe it out. But hey, skyrocketing home inflation is just a reminder that as Attorney General, Kamala Harris literally fought to keep people in prison in violation of a court order beyond their release date so that they could be continually used as cheap labor. The picture behind me is made entirely out of the faces of those men. They were getting paid $2 a day. And despite a court order that California reduced the population of their overcrowded prisons, lawyers from Kamala Harris's Attorney General office made the case that no, some of these non-violent offenders need to stay incarcerated or the prison system would lose a source of cheap labor. Even without the invasion at our southern border, record high inflation, crime surging, this story and this story alone is enough to disqualify this woman from ever being handed the power of. Terrible news for Kamala Harris, as if her campaign is not sinking fast enough. The far-left LA Times, the largest newspaper in California, will not be endorsing her despite backing Obama, Clinton, and Biden. The paper didn't give a specific reason as to why they're not endorsing her, but I have a slight suspicion, and it might have something to do with this right here. Nobody wants to hitch their wagon to a sinking ship. The Harris campaign has been falling off a cliff the last couple of weeks. No one wants to give an endorsement knowing that that candidate is simply going to lose. The paper even went as far as to call it the most consequential election in a generation, but even still, they will not endorse her. Maybe she's just a terrible.
Retailers, shopping channels, and now even banks have tried canceling myself and MyPillow. Well, during these times, your support has meant everything to us. My employees and I want to personally thank each and every one of you by passing the savings directly on to you. For a limited time, you can get my brand new product, My Slippers, for 50% off. That's the lowest price ever. And remember, My Slippers come with an exclusive 4-layer design. These layers combine to give you amazing comfort and support and help reduce stress on your feet. And with the durable indoor-outdoor sole, you can wear My Slippers anytime, anywhere. I personally guarantee these will be the most comfortable slippers you'll ever own. So go to MyPillow.com now and use the promo code on your screen or call the 1-800 number below to get My Slippers for 50% off, the lowest price in history. And if you do it right now, I'm going to include a free gift with your purchase. Thank you and God bless.
Dude, there's a lot of young people with Trump hats on. This is crazy. No, I know, but it's crazy. It's New York City. I never thought I'd see it. We're good? Now you're really looking at a pretty boy. Are we good? Is this good? Are we rolling live? Oh, so we are live here from New York City's Herald Square, where Trump is holding a rally at the iconic Madison Square Garden. So we are going live to show you guys a little bit of how this is not something
Could you hear my audio? Do you hear George's audio? Do you see George's audio? All right, great. We're going to walk. Your thing's not working. We're going to use this one and we're going to walk. Just leave it here. That's not working.
What do you mean it's not working?
I don't know. All I know is this one is. Let's use this one.
You're saying this isn't working.
We're going to take this mic and we're going to walk. We'll come back in 20 minutes. It's not working. I know. Make it go away. We're live now. We're back. And as you know, Gateway Pundit is one of the most fabulous news organizations because we're so organic and we're here in the city just talking to regular people while all the fake news stations are inside, like CNN and MSNBC. We opted not to go in there and hang out those people and be in like the fake press area that Donald Trump always points to. We decided to stay out here and talk to some real New Yorkers and about why they're supporting Trump. George, come on. So George Santos, who is one of the greatest congressmen, in my opinion, he actually voted as a Republican, not as a rhino, is here in New York City. I was saying how much I admire your voting record as a congressman, George. And so many other New Yorkers are walking by telling George they love him.
Love-ish.
Love-ish. They love-ish him. They love-ish George. But no, really, in all seriousness, I'd say 75% of people that pass George want to take a picture with him. They love this guy here in New York.
I think we got to say something. The energy here is palpable. People are so positive. And I feel like we keep repeating this, but I think it's important, right, Cara, for us to tell you at home. This is Madison Square Garden. This is Herald Square. This is the bedrock of the Democrat operation. There should be no sentiment like this here, and we're witnessing it. So is this an indication that the 2022 wave that we saw go across New York is now building momentum going into 2024? Is Trump lowering the margins and the numbers for Democrats going to be a problem? What we're missing here, right, Cara, is the House majority can run easily through New York. We have 2 additional pickup opportunities, and we have to hold 4 seats. So that's why this energy is so interesting to me.
It is, and this is what Hillary Clinton was trying to paint as a Nazi rally at Madison Square Garden. I don't know. I talked to a Bangladeshi guy. I talked to a guy who was from India. I talked to the gay Democrats for Trump and so many others. This is not a Nazi rally like
plenty of those, right?
There's plenty. This is not a Nazi rally like Hillary Clinton tried to say, literally slander Trump supporters. It's disgusting. And you know what? We're going to walk over to the line shortly and we'll show you all the Nazis that Hillary Clinton was talking about when she said that this is like the KKK rally from back in the day, which is just BS. This is very desperate on the part of the Democrats, seeing just how much support President Trump has here in liberal New York.
Yeah, I think you know what? Instead of talking about it, let's go talk to the people.
We're gonna
right?
I want to get this guy Ivan. Come on, Ivan. Do you know Ivan Raiklan?
Of course I know Ivan.
Jorge Santos.
Look at this guy.
Cara Castronuva. We're here with Ivan, who's like a leading reporter on January 6th stuff, and he came all the way from he came all the way from Washington D.C.
Did he come all the way from January 6th, Cara?
He teleported here from January 6th but he's here from Northern Virginia, and this guy's always at Congress lobbying and trying to get the congressional.
I don't lobby. I exercise my First Amendment to the maximum. Okay, as a private citizen. There's a difference.
You fight for January 6th political prisoners?
I do, absolutely. No, it's good to see you. I'm in your home turf. You know I was born in the Bronx?
No.
Well, now you know.
You're not a New Yorker.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, you were born in the Bronx. Seriously.
Where are you from?
Well,
Look at this guy.
Dude, I'm from Queens. Look, okay, I'm from Queens. We're not from the Bronx. But let's.
Are you a Met fan?
Of course I'm a Met. I'm. Look, you know what? Do not speak to me about baseball right now.
You just saved your own life by saying that.
Let's talk politics. What's your feeling seeing this happening over here right now? This is New York City, right?
If we assume that the election's going to be fairly legitimate and not massively fraudulent, Trump should win in a landslide. But we have to factor that component in as well, which means that there's also a good chance that Trump wins only because Elon Musk has opened up the floodgates known as X, meaning as we have access to free speech platform that has essentially reached upwards of 1 billion monthly active users, depending on how much Musk is engaging with it, we can then showcase the fraud. And then that public pressure campaign and the evidence can then be pushed to the judges, to the court of public opinion, and the state legislatures to then remedy a fraudulent election if it takes place.
So you're saying this energy here ties to that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing.
Absolutely, because you have, let's face it, you got Elon Musk, the biggest information purveyor out there, right? You got Tulsi Gabbard, A lot of people in line that I talk to are here because of Tulsi Gabbard, RFK Jr., Elon Musk, and they're starting to warm up to President Trump. This is massive. Like, I lived in New York for a while. I went to law school in Queens. I get it for a little bit. And the enthusiasm and the courage and the confidence
Don't hate on
people
Queens.
walk through. Most of the time you go through New York, you wear a red hat. Well, this one's black, dark MAGA. I had my Batman suit on earlier.
You're dark MAGA.
Yeah, so.
No, I was saying this earlier. Usually when you see a red hat in New York, people are running to see what it says on there, and they're just like, oh, it's just a red hat. But today, they're actually all MAGA, Trump, whatever. And the reality is there's no pushback. I mean, people are...
Right, it's because the courage that Elon Musk basically requested. He said, you know what? If you're not going to get hurt, assaulted, at the end of the day, I don't care what happens to me. You have to show your courage. If you believe in something, stand your ground. Because if more people did that, then we wouldn't have had the COVID con. We wouldn't have had the Fauci-funded lab incident in Wuhan that resulted in the destruction of America and the rest of the world. We wouldn't have allowed Mike Pence to go ahead and run the COVID con at the White House Coronavirus Task Force, right? And so on and so forth. Don't get me started, George, because I can name you the deep state to the tune of about 1,400 individuals by name, date, place, and transgression, known as the deep state target list.
How about let's stay out of getting indicted on that?
No, I will be indicting others.
Well, that's great. Well, Chris, thank you so much for being here. It's been a while. I haven't seen you. Let's do it. So you see that, guys. We're live here, Herald Square, New York City. We have folks coming in from all over. I'm here. I'm here going live. We're absolutely live on the Gateway Pundit. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is live. People are looking at you live.
Joe,
what's
up, fellas?
Cara, come back here. So, look, my good colleague Cara and I, we've done this before. We did the Bronx, right? So the fact that we're here, people are just so touchy, right? Oh, my God.
Yeah, they are. Well, hey, guys. Come
over here. Let's talk. Come here. Come. Get over here. All right. Let's look over here. So tell us real quick. Are you here to support President Trump today?
President Trump is the best because he protects America and he creates our economy, job and everything. He loves American lovers.
Support him.
You know.
So Bangladeshi Americans are coming out strong for President Trump in New York City?
Yeah, sure. Thousands of Bangladeshi Americans vote for Mr. Trump.
So what's your expectation? Do you think Trump can win New York now?
Definitely. Yes.
I told him. Trump will win this year. I told him.
So we're angling for a victory here in the Big Apple for President Trump.
Yeah, sure.
We'll do.
Let's go. Thank you so much. Have fun, gentlemen. Thank you. So let's. I have some other guys here. Come over here. You guys are very loud over here on the corner. So let's talk. What are you doing here today?
First of all, nice to see you, George.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you all over the
nice
news.
to see you. Yeah, the news is obsessed, right?
That's right.
But this is the Gateway Pundit. All right, so let's talk about this. Jewish Americans are voting for Trump?
Yes. Definitely the Orthodox Jewish Americans, the true Jews. Not like Doug, what's his name?
Oh, let's be nice. Let's be nice. Be a mensch. Don't be bad. All right, so let's talk. What is the reason you're voting for President Trump?
Every reason. Every single one.
Listen,
Give us one.
We care about our kids. We're Orthodox Jews. We're not into the woke agenda. There's everything about Trump to be into, and there's everything about
immigration,
safety.
What about Israel?
Inflation.
Israel, our safety, our brothers in Israel, everything.
What's your take on how the Biden and Harris administration has handled Israel?
Terrible.
Parv. You know what Parv means, George?
No, educate me. My Yiddish is horrible.
Not here, not there.
Yeah, I agree. I was in Congress on October 7th. It was terrible. It was terrible, horrible. So let me ask you guys a question. What could be the only thing on earth that could stop you from voting for President Trump?
A blizzard?
A blizzard? No, you put snow boots on and you go vote on a blizzard.
Maybe a blizzard, no.
Clearly nothing. So you're going to do it like me. You're going to walk over hot coal and glass, right?
Trump straight.
Let's do it. Thank you so much, guys. You see that? Jewish Americans, Bangladeshi Americans, everybody's for Trump. Look at all these beautiful people. Come over here. Let's talk to the Gateway quick. Come over here. Get over here. So you guys are Yankee fans?
Yes, absolutely.
I might be a little butthurt because I'm a Mets fan. No Subway Series, and I think you wanted the Subway Series.
You know what? I did. Yep.
We did. You did, didn't you? Like, stand over here in the middle with me. All right, so you're all decked out. Trump everything. Why Trump, not Harris?
There's a multitude
one.
of reasons. The economy.
Why Trump, not Harris?
The border.
So the border, the economy, that's a common theme. Is it fair to say that
she's tone deaf and doesn't understand what Americans are actually looking for.
She's a liar.
She's
basically.
a liar.
She's
Look.
not tone deaf. She knows this is intentional what they're doing to our country. They are trying to crush the middle class. And they're crushing us. It's working right now.
$6 eggs ain't happening, right?
Right. It's not even just $6 eggs. It's my grocery bill used to be $35 for 7 items. It's $110 now.
Yeah, I felt that the other day. I walked out with one bag and it was $140. I'm like, whatever happened to like steak, eggs, and like lettuce?
No, you know what? We're eating Progresso soups.
Yeah, no, I believe it. I hear that quite often. Hey, Progresso, I want that commercial advertisement.
Yeah,
exactly. Look, perfect example. You talk about lying and whatnot, all right? You know, Kelly, you know, coming out with, you know, a quote-unquote audio about Trump being a Hitler, you know, and all this stuff and whatnot. It's all lies, all right?
Well, look, remember this real quick. In 2020, 51 intelligence officers of this country said that the Hunter Biden laptop was Russian disinformation and lies.
Yes,
exactly. We know
How does that make you feel now with all these other frivolous lies being told?
We knew it then that it wasn't a
lies
lie.
after lies, you know? I mean, they've been trying to oust him since he came down those escalators back in 2015. Yeah. You know, they started the race car thing, all right? No proof. What? Because of something happened that back in, you know, in the 1970s where it wasn't even the Trumps, it was his real estate companies that were, you know, that were all involved and whatnot, you know? All right? All this Nazi stuff and whatnot. But they don't come out and like show these liberals, all right, that Fred Trump 65 years ago donated for $10 property here in New York, all right, for a Jewish synagogue.
Yeah, no, there's a lot that they like to hide or forget. They removed Trump. Look, I'm from Queens. I go to JFK all the time, and there used to be the Trump Pavilion at the Queens General Hospital there that you can see right off the the Van Wyck, and they took down the Trump name. And you know what? Fred Trump donated that building.
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
How does that make you feel?
I didn't know that. It angers me because I know he's for me. I know he's been fighting for us. I know for 4 years I didn't work 2 jobs as an RN. I worked 2 jobs again under this administration. And I'm hustling my ass at 60 years old so I can pay for my kid to go to college.
I want to aspire to look like you at 60.
Oh,
so let's make sure that we know one thing, guys. Tell us what Kamala's lacking, and remind her, how does it make you feel when she says that all Trump attendees to this rally are Nazis?
She's lacking intelligence.
Yeah, she's lacking common sense.
Yeah, she's lacking.
How does it make you feel she's labeled all of us a Nazi today?
I don't want her being my president. She will never be my president.
It's actually sickening. You know, it's sickening for
It's
you know to label us, all right, that include people that were murdered, millions of people murdered, all right, you know, during the Hitler regime, you know, and then you're going to label us because of that, you know.
More people have died under Joe Biden's administration than Donald J. Trump's.
It's actually a fact. Well, thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoy the rally. Thank you so much. I don't know, but let's stick to this for now. But you guys have fun, and you know what? You look good at 60. Take care, guys. Thank you so much. Cara, look at that. Like, more stories from more New Yorkers who are just amazing.
I know that it's hard to walk around with George because people want to take a picture with him. He's like a celebrity here in New York, but let's move to the line. I'm sure more people will be going crazy for George Santos. We're going to head over to the line. We can walk and talk as we go. I hope I don't trip. But we're heading over to the Trump line, and you can, put the camera on the people let's walk, and I'll commentate saying there's lots of people, right? Everybody is in a good mood. No counter protesters as far as I could see, thank the Lord. We don't want to deal with demonic forces.
Very civil and very respectful to one another, and I think this is what being American is about.
One sec.
And be unburdened by what has been,
What can be, unburdened by what has been. 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 What we can see, what we believe can be, unburdened by what has been. What can be, unburdened by what has been. What can be, unburdened by what has been. What can be, unburdened by what has been.
what can be unburdened by what has been.
Who we can be, unburdened by who we have been. What can be unburdened by what has been. Where we can be, unburdened by where we have been, and unburdened by where we are right now. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What could be unburdened by what had been. What can be unburdened by what has 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 been. Unburdened by what has been, believing in what can be. What can be unburdened by what has been. 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 What could be unburdened by what had been. What can be unburdened by what has 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 been. What can be, what should be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. See what can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. Unburdened by what has been and knowing what can be. Have a sense of vision about what can be unburdened by what has been. To see what can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What could be unburdened by what had been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. Where we can be unburdened by where we have been. What was possible unburdened by what has been. What can be 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 unburdened by what has been. That can be unburdened by what has been. There are those who are unable to see what can be. But there are many more who are able to see what can be unburdened by what has been.
Chocolate chip.
Oh, yeah. What is your message to Republicans who are prepared to block the January 6th commission?
Decisions and reach agreements which will affect the lives of generations to come. You are in a position of extraordinary power. You can change forever.
North Carolina announced its 100-day incentive, its $100 incentive today. Places that have offered the $100, that'd be really good. I'd go back and get vaccinated 3 times. But all kidding aside, offered the $100 to get vaccination, have seen.
And we're back live here from Herald Square, Manhattan, New York City. Yes, you heard that right, folks. We're in the belly of the Democrat base, and the energy is palpable, as we've been saying this entire time. It is absolutely insane to see the amount of support and also people who are just going about their business with no care in the world for what's taking place. So as we're standing here,
he hears him.
as we're standing, and I'm sorry,
Hold on.
folks, if we're having a little bit of technical issues. This is showbiz, and when you go live, it is.
Hold on a sec. Speed capture.
My name is Amanda Stolman, and I'm the USA Director of Keep Prisons Single Sex. What Prop 1 would do is incorporate as a protected characteristic gender identity into the New York State Constitution. This means that any man at any time could claim to be a woman and would then be legally permitted into women's spaces like women's prisons, shelters, dormitories, sports, locker rooms, spa rooms, bathrooms, and no business or woman could lawfully keep him out. In New York State, we have some laws that already do this, but once this is enshrined into the Constitution, it is a near impossibility to get it out.
So the wording are a little skeptical, saying, "Oh, it doesn't sound so bad." Can you explain to us how do they mask such dangerous policy around buzzwords, equality, and so on and so forth?
Well, as you say, they're using words like equality. They're putting this into the civil rights section of the Constitution. But there are times when segregation is not just appropriate, it is necessary for women's dignity, privacy, and safety. It's why the federal law doesn't include sex or gender identity or anything as an entree into public accommodations and public facilities like bathrooms and locker rooms, etc. So what this is doing is using, as you point out, this nice language to circumvent something that would be not just dangerous, but really damaging to women and girls and would prevent them from living fully in the world. They wouldn't be able to use the spaces that they can do now.
Well, look, Prop 1 seems awfully dangerous, and I really hope that New Yorkers, that you're watching the Gateway Pundit, you understand this and you go out there and vote this down. But let's change subjects real quick from one New Yorker to another. This is super surreal. We're in the middle of the Herald Square here in Midtown Manhattan. How does this make you feel?
Well, this initiative, I will say, is a nonpartisan initiative, and anyone who supports either candidate should be on board because it's everyone's business to protect women and girls and children as well, because there's also an element in here that would allow children to obtain medicalization, air quotes, of in regards to their gender identity. But in terms of seeing a crowd out here, it is exciting to see people of different views and beliefs out here expressing it and being in public, and seeing people who want to talk back about that, because there's some of that too. So it is a melting pot, as New York always is.
Oh, we always welcome debate and friendly debate and amicable discussion and discord. I don't think everybody should agree with one another, and I think everybody should have an opportunity for a voice and opposition to be heard. So I think this is a beautiful thing for New York. Another essence of New York. People are coming together for nonpartisan, non-divisive issues like Prop 1. You have a lot of people around. There's a lot of people with opinions, a lot of people that want to express their liberties. And they're, well, would you like to come debate, ma'am? Would you like to come on the camera? Come on over. What's your name? Susie, may I? Very nice to talk to you. So tell me a little.
There's people who come here. It's a different species. I don't know what they want for Trump to be like 1930s generals.
think that's what I agree on. But I appreciate you for being. You don't agree, probably, but I love that you're respectful about it. Isn't that a beautiful thing about us Americans?
Actually, I'm not really respectful.
You seem it.
I'm disdainful for anyone who supports him.
But you're being very respectful, so I will give you that.
I'm not gonna hurt anyone.
Well, and that's respect. And
Very funny. I don't.
I have.
Get everything, but you're very funny.
I appreciate you very, very much. Thank you for coming to talk. Thank you so much. Thank you. Come over here. You see, you hear. It's live. How are
To see Trump supporters in New York City is surreal to me because I was doing this 8 years ago and I was getting like flicked off in the street. Yeah. But now people are giving me the thumbs up.
Because it's a movement. Yeah.
So
thumbs up.
We're in this very long line. Talk about the line. Like tell the viewers.
Oh,
we have 20,000.
We're corralled. I don't know how many people are behind me, but there's probably 50,000 people in front of me.
It's crazy. And I want to get everyone chanting USA because we just, let's go. Ready? USA! 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 Everybody is super amped up, but we are at the back of the line. We're hoping we're going to get to the front, but it's really nice being surrounded by patriotic people that love America. Thank you so much. These lovely gentlemen, where are you from?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Flushing.
Where? Donde? Where? Oh, but they're letting us in. So talk to him. Okay. We're moving. Yes. And we're gonna move with you guys and talk. Thank you. So we're running in right now because everybody's like running. They open the gate and people are getting crazy because they just want to get out. They just want to see Trump. I've seen Trump so many times. I would love to see him in Madison Square Garden. I don't know if I'm going to get in because I'm here online.
Make America great again.
There's a cute little boy right.
America great again. Make America great again. Trump 2024.
See, there's adorable little kids here in New York. Why do you love Trump? Do your parents like him?
Well, better than Kamala because he's a better president than Kamala.
Yeah, he is better. She's not good. Tell all your friends to vote Republican in the future.
Yep.
Good little boy.
When all my friends would stand up for the pledge, I make sure they stand up for the pledge, and then the next day they would. Okay, I made sure they stood up for the pledge.
Well, you should run for president one day. Okay?
Okay. Ian?
Ian?
Yes.
Thanks, Ian.
Yep, sure.
God bless you. Make America great again, Ian.
Yes.
For those kids. Thank you. Is it good? Okay, hey.
Hi.
You're here with your
my brother.
Your brother. You're
Yes.
wearing the Trump 2024
I
hat.
sure am.
And are you thinking you're going to get in? I hope so. I'm praying for you.
I
God
hope
willing.
so. We've walked blocks, so.
How is it
really
feel to see all these Trump supporters in Herald Square?
I love it. It's amazing.
I keep saying I'm amazed because I live here and I've dealt with these people for the past years, but they're getting better.
Oh my God, it's getting bigger and bigger, larger and larger crowds. Fight, fight, fight.
Fight, fight, fight. Thank you so much.
Thank
God bless you. I
you.
hope you get in, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, what are you doing? Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from New York, upstate New York.
Upstate. Where upstate?
Albany.
Albany. And why are you here?
I'm here to support.
To support Trump?
Yep.
Have you ever seen him?
No, never.
This
never.
is your first rally?
Yeah, first rally.
He had to come here to, I'm standing on my toes, to Madison Square Garden. What do you like most about Trump?
His integrity, like if you don't like the good and the bad, you get it all. You get honesty, integrity, you know.
And what do you have to say to that idiot Hillary Clinton who called us all Nazis for coming here?
If you study real Nazis, you know it's not that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, it's not Nazis.
So I'm here at the Nazi event in Madison Square Garden with all of these Nazis. Are you a Nazi?
Yeah.
No.
I'm one of those.
I'm Nazi, but they called us Nazis. They said this would be the KKK rally. They said that.
Yes.
They
KKK.
defamed us.
The KKK really, yeah.
But this is not the KKK. There's many, many people here that are not from the KKK. I'd say most of us are just ethnic New Yorkers who want to see New York get better and the country get better.
Definitely, the financial, economic is going better while Mr. Trump is in the power.
Right.
Definitely, we believe this one.
Did you vote for Trump last time?
Yeah,
So you voted for him in 2020 and 2016?
2016.
2016? Okay. Well, thank you so much for talking to me, and Make America Great Again. Make sure you tell everybody to go out and vote on your block, and if they're lazy, drive them there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. God bless. Hi, guys. So I'm here at the Nazi rally. I'm just kidding. Obviously, I'm joking around. This is not a Nazi, as you can see very clearly. What do you have to say to Hillary Clinton, who said that we were like KKK Nazi people coming here?
I think Hillary Clinton herself is a huge racist and
I would
only
like to say,
pretends.
my grandpa fought in World War II. He stormed Omaha Beach, and I would just like to say, anyone who calls me a Nazi for coming to one of these rallies, I'm ashamed, because my grandpa worked very hard to fight the Nazis, and I think just because you want to show your political beliefs doesn't make you a Nazi or a member of the KKK or anything like that.
Well, thank you for your grandfather's service, and what nice eyes you have. And you, so what made you start supporting Trump? Are you new to this, or are you old to this?
I was there when he came down that golden escalator in 2015, and I've been
What were you, like 5?
now 12.
12? Okay.
Yeah, and I remember watching the election, and my family and I were excited for something new.
So what's so great is that we have these young people supporting Trump. Well, I'm telling you, we have hope for the future. We really do. I met a lot of young kids that were smart in the past couple days. I was very surprised, but pleasantly happy surprised.
Yes, I do hope to be a politician someday, and I will take things that I've learned from following it for most of my life.
Don't be a rhino, ever,
Yeah.
or a uniparty hack. But I pray for you, and I hope that you'll do great things in politics as you become older.
Thank you.
Okay, God bless you guys. Let's see if we can find any other Nazis here. Let's see. Hey, how are you? So this guy is, guys, come on. You want to make a Gateway Pundit, the greatest publication on the planet.
Okay, how you doing?
Are you here is this the first time you ever saw Trump?
Yes,
Really? When coming from?
I'm coming from Connecticut.
Connecticut. So he's never been to Connecticut, I don't think. That's why a lot of people are coming to New York from Connecticut. And that's a very liberal state, but do you see a little bit change, at least with your peer groups?
Yes,
A lot, right?
that's a lot.
I'm sure you live with a lot of Democrats like I do around them, and they're kind of opening their minds.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, they are. Thank you so much, guys. God bless. Everybody's pushing forward now, so we're going to go this way. Hi! I'm another Nazi. Just kidding. They called us Nazis. They said we were KKK for coming here, but we're not.
No, we're not. We're definitely not. Trump is the number one. He's going to bring our country back. We need that because Harris, she's a liar. She's not black.
Wait, I want your face to show. So do you watch Candace Owens?
Yes, I do.
And you know what the deal is.
Yes, I know.
And tell the audience what the deal is.
The deal is that Candace Owens, when Janet Jackson made that request, made that thing, Candace Owens she started investigating. When she investigated, she came up with an idea that Candace Harris is not black.
Wait.
She's Jewish, Irish, and Indian. Her dad, her mom, and back in the day, they owned slaves, 1,000 slaves in the plantation.
They pumping the blood?
What they're going, sugarcane plantation. Sugarcane plantation back in Jamaica. So on her dad's birth certificate, mom's birth certificate, they said Jamaica, but it's not Jamaica because anybody can be Jamaican. It's just one color.
The main thing is she's misappropriated, and that's
Yes, she
offensive,
did.
I'm sure, to you as a black man that somebody would take your race.
Exactly. That's why I'm here now to support that because it's a disgrace how Congress has using my people after all we went through for her race. And when she was in California, when she was Attorney General of California, she used her race as an Indian. She never used her race as black. But now, once she get on the line, she want to use her race as it could get our black votes. But the problem is the black votes. We're sick and tired of being the Democrats using us.
Right.
Pulling
you along so you don't miss your spot in line. But thank you for talking. Please tell all your friends what Candace Owens has uncovered. We're talking about her investigative into the background of Kamala Harris. Hopefully it comes out before the election. This is Candace Owens' work, not mine. But please watch Candace Owens and figure out what she's saying about Kamala Harris. Misappropriated.
100%. Because if the black people realized how much Candace Owens investigated all the life where she came from, it's a disgrace that she's using the black community to get votes. And that's a slap in my face and our black community face. So I'm glad when you interview me because I want to get the word out that she's a fraud, she's a liar, she's a cheater, and she'll do anything she can to get voted. So Bernie Sanders even told us, he said she's gonna do anything she can to get voted, get us voted.
As far as lying that she worked at McDonald's allegedly, that's what they're saying. She can't prove it.
No, she can't.
Why do you lie? I mean, prove it. Show us the working papers. They
And
exist.
I say the same thing about the black. If you black, prove it. Harris, you black, you got any black blood in you, you prove it to us. Because we want to know. As a black community, we want to know. And so far as you go, I can't understand my people sometimes how they can vote for a person that lied in our face. I'm not here to chastise my people, but I'm just here to let the people know, but black people know that they've been hoodwinked, they've been bamboozled by this woman, because she's not black.
Candace Owens and find out for yourself.
Yes, please. Everybody do watch CandyOnlys.com and you'll see and watch this one episode 88 and episode 89. Them the 1 and 2, because she started from episode 74. That's when she started.
Well, what's your name?
Gregory Davis. I'm from Pennsylvania.
See, we're live right now, Gregory. Everybody, this is Gregory Davis from Pennsylvania, spilling the truth. Thank you so much,
Yes, you're
Gregory.
welcome.
God bless you. Get online because I don't want you to miss your spot. Go.
Trump 24.
Trump 2024. How about you? Where are you from?
I'm from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
I'm from Wisconsin,
What are you
but
living here now?
I live here for 35 years, and I'm a big Trump fan. I wrote a couple of campaign songs too, which I was gonna maybe sing for the crowd, but anyway, yeah, I'm all about Trump. I'm a big fan.
Okay, great. And what's your experience been like with the crowd here? It's pretty It's pretty electric.
Yeah, well, they're, a couple times they're chanting USA, and they're pretty manageable.
And who are you excited most to see besides Trump speak?
Oh, well, I'm happy to see Vivek and Tucker and all these people.
They brought out the big guns: Vivek Ramaswamy,
They really
Tucker
did.
Carlson,
I know, all my
RFK
favorites.
Jr., Tulsi Gabbard, everybody.
I know.
God bless you, ma'am. Thank you. So as you can see, I'm at the back of the line now because I just want to be able to continue to bring you guys into the rally as best as we can on the line. I hope I get in. If anybody out there is watching, please pray for me that I actually get in the rally after we end this live, because I really would like to see this very historic rally. In my hometown, I fought in Madison Square Garden. I won the Golden Gloves there. And President Trump is in my hometown in Madison Square Garden with the whole dream team, the whole squad: Tulsi Gabbard, Robert Kennedy Jr., Vivek Ramaswamy, J.D. Vance, Lee Greenberg, or the guy that sings. So many wonderful people here speaking as we speak, and so many people online. I wonder if they'll let me go interview them. Let's see. So as you can see, guys, I'm walking towards this line. They have everybody sectioned off, sort of. They're sectioned. My New York accent's coming out. I try to hide it, guys, but I'm live right now, so I can't. It just comes out when I'm in New York. There's people here. Hopefully the cops don't give me issues, break balls, for lack of a better expression, and let me talk to people. Hey, thank you, ma'am. God bless you. Hi. Hey, everybody. So we're here with the Gateway Pundit talking to all of the people that are waiting. How are you? Where are you from?
I'm from New York.
Originally, you Chinese?
From Hong Kong, yeah.
From Hong Kong. I'm half Chinese.
You're Chinese, really?
Chinese and Italian.
Oh, Italian?
Yeah, Chinese and Italian.
Yeah, I'm Italian also.
You're Italian?
Parlo italiano.
Really?
Sì, davvero.
You're half Italian?
No, ho studiato in Italia.
Okay.
For 3 anni.
Why do so many Asian people are supporting Trump? Why do you think that is? Many Asians.
Because they are coming from the communist country. They want this country go to communist or socialism anymore.
Right. No
They know.
communist, no
I know.
socialism.
Yeah.
So, well, thank you for coming, and I hope that you get in. Have you ever seen Trump speak before?
Last time I went to Uniondale, but I cannot get in.
Or you couldn't get in. You're going to get in today. Everybody's going to get in today, I think. Everybody. We're all getting in. Okay, thank you so much. How about you? Is this your first time?
Yeah, my first time. I've never been to anything like this.
I never been to anything like this. This is my first thing like I ever went to, and like I'm just here by myself. I tried to like recruit other people to come with me, but nobody wanted to come. It's just me, so I'm here.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for coming, and keep talking to your friends about becoming non-Democrats. I'm not even saying Republican. I mean just independents. So just let's do it before we cut back. We'll do a whole pan over to see all the people here. See, people are screaming USA. Look, they're going to make a run for it now. Everybody's coming in. They're joining that line there. They're all going. These are all the Nazis, guys. So many New Yorkers so excited to see President Trump here at Madison Square Garden. The city is magnetic on this Sunday. 9 days before the election, people are pumped. Democrats are pumped. Pakistanis, Indians, Chinese for Trump. Everybody. It's bringing tears to my eyes, to be honest. Well, there's a guy mad over there. He might be an implant liberal. Who knows? They're letting people in. They're letting people in. Lots of red hats coming along. Watch them. This is New York, guys. All right, we'll come back to you soon.
Welcome back to the Gateway Pundits Week in Review. Our top story today, Donald Trump went on Joe Rogan for one of the greatest interviews in American history. We have the top 5 moments broken down for you here on the Gateway Pundits Week in Review. My name is Elijah Schaefer, and this is the Gateway Pundits Week in Review, where we cover the top 5 stories. Today, we have a special production here on the weekend where we're going over the top 5 moments from a very long and arduous 3-hour interview between Joe Rogan and Donald Trump. In somewhat of a more hilarious beginning, Donald Trump and Joe Rogan ended up laughing how Kamala Harris probably couldn't do something like this. Check this out, where they laughed about her inability to not only answer questions honestly, but even to speak longer than 5 minutes unscripted. Listen.
Can you imagine Kamala doing this show?
I could imagine her doing this show.
She'd be laying on the floor.
She was supposed to do it, and she might still do it, and I hope she does.
She's not going to do it.
I will talk to her like a human being. I would try to have a conversation with her.
If she did this kind of an interview with you, I hope she does, because it would be a mess. She'd be laying on the floor comatose. You'd be saying, call in the medics.
I think we'd have a fine conversation. I think I'd be able to talk to her. I wouldn't try to interview her. I'd just try to have a conversation with her and hopefully get to know her as a human being. That was my goal, having her on.
Yeah, and that was his goal. Now, Kamala Harris's team says that she might be on the show, but can you imagine cackling Kamala of anybody in the planet Earth being someone who could sit down for 3 hours and have a digestible conversation with Joe Rogan? I would think to smoke weed together, maybe. Maybe they'll drink together. That's probably the closest thing we're actually going to get to any real success there. But the thing is that things took a turn. Basically, Joe Rogan and Donald Trump ended up discussing election interference, which I thought was weird since this aired on YouTube. Shani Rich was saying they were already trying to cancel it, so he made sure to upload his own version as a backup. But apparently it's still up today, so we're still in good graces with our bosses at YouTube. Listen to their agreement on election interference in 2020.
The Russia hoax was a big hoax. It was all a big hoax. So
well, that's clear. That's one example. But that is a good example.
That's a big example. They say it made a 17-point difference. That's a big example. But that's only one. And you could go into the ballots where they wouldn't give you access to the ballots. You could go into the ballot harvesting. You could go into $500 million for the lock boxes.
But just in terms of narrative, so there's 2 things, right? There's the Russia hoax. There's the collusion with Russia that was never proven, right? That's one.
Well, no, it's proven it didn't happen.
Right.
Yeah.
But they talked about it on television.
But it took 2.5 years to prove.
But not only that, but it was a constant narrative on television. Sure. So that's a constant narrative that gets into people's minds, especially low information people that just watch the news, that you're in collusion with Russia. So that's one.
Sure.
So that changes the narrative. And then you have the 51 former intelligence agents that work with the original Twitter and get them to remove links. You can't share it on DMs. You cannot share that story. They swept that story because they said it was Russian disinformation, even though they knew it was not.
100%.
So that's 2 examples that are real examples. Now, anyone who considers himself a legitimate, objective observer of American politics, if you really want the best person to win, you would want people to not lie. And the only reason why they got away with this lie was because they continually labeled you as this horrible threat to democracy and Hitler. They kept saying you're going to be a dictator, ignoring the fact that you weren't a dictator for the 4 years where you were actually the president.
Yeah, and so it's kind of weird they continue to tell us, oh, you know, he's going to be Hitler. Literally, he's Hitler. Well, he was president for 4 years, and we didn't get any type of Third Reich. In fact, he's the most pro-Israel president we've ever had. I mean, some might even say he's more pro-Israel than Netanyahu is, and that's an understatement, to be completely frank. And so the idea that some guy who spends most of his campaign and his current campaign sort of pandering to Jewish people, how can you accuse that guy of being a dictator? Those are the kind of lies that we became accustomed to. Well, additionally, though, Joe Rogan and Donald Trump spoke about the necessity to release the JFK files. And Trump says, well, I think I'm going to do it. Listen.
One of the things that I want to talk to you about is the JFK files. And one of the things that you said was that if they showed you what they showed me, this was your quote, you wouldn't want people to know it either.
So I opened them up partially. I was met with, from good people, I mean, you know, look, I mean, good people. People that were well-meaning. Mike Pompeo was one of them. He's a good person. They called me, they said, sir, would rather have you not. And I did open them. But I was asked by some people not to open them. There's a Martin Luther King file, too, by the way, that they'd like to see. I don't know if you know, but there is that. But JFK in particular. So they called me, a lot of good people called me, people that that you would find reasonable people. And they asked me not to do it. So I said, well, we'll close it for another time. But if I win, I'm going to open them up. I'm just going to open enough time.
Why didn't you open it up the first time, though?
Because a lot of times,
what was the hesitation, though?
Addresses, people that are still living. There are people that are affected. And there could be some national security reason that I don't have to necessarily know about. But some very good, talented people asked me not to do it. I opened it up, and then they said, would it be possible for us to do that a different day?
How much of it did you read into? I think it's going to be just fine to open it. Let me put it that way. I think it's fine. It's going to be time. It's a cleansing. It's really a cleansing. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it immediately, almost immediately upon entering office. Well, the thing, when people look at it from the outside and you sort of imagine what could be a reason why they would not release those files, it would be there's people that were implicated in the assassination.
Yeah. Well, when there are living people, you generally tend not to want to do it. When people are still living.
Living people that formerly worked for the government.
For the government, and living people that were somehow involved in it, and you tend not to do that. But it's time to open them. I can't tell you whether or not they're going to find anything of interest. And I did partially open. I think I've opened 50%, but I was asked not to do it, and I thought that was a reasonable ask, but now I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it very soon.
Yeah, he says he's going to do it very soon. Now, who's implicated? What nations are implicated? I mean, that's a question we all have. Now, obviously, they're agreeing, though, there was election interference. At least they were able to come to that conclusion. Now, there's one other person I can think of that has fought election interference, and that's Mike Lindell. Mike Lindell, of course, created MyPillow. It's the most comfortable pillow in the world. But the best part about this is that, it was, a decently expensive pillow, but then everyone started attacking him for his political views, for supporting Trump, fighting election interference, and basically a bunch of stores canceled their orders. So then now MyPillow had this surplus, and they decided to lower their prices. So now you get the best pillow in America for the most incredible night's sleep from a company that supports Donald Trump and fights for election integrity, paired together now at an amazing price. Check this out. Using my promo code Elijah, you can get a MyPillow for $14.88. That's a great price. That's probably the best price in all of history. But it gets even better. For a limited time, they're going to offer their entire classic collection at wholesale prices. Get a queen size MyPillow for just $18.88. Upgrade to a king size for only $1 more, and even get the body pillows. Maybe you're feeling a little bit lonely. You don't have a Donald Trump to hug, but you can get a body pillow for $29.88 and even a multi-use MyPillow for $9.88. So go to MyPillow.com, MyPillow.com. Use the promo code Elijah, ELIJAH, or call 210-8491 to take advantage of the wholesale pricing. Remember, there is a limit of 10, and there's free shipping over $75 because we're already running out. So get the best pillow, support America, support your night's sleep at mypillow.com. Now, that being said, in more interesting news, it also comes out that Joe Rogan concluded that the only thing that makes sense is that Democrats hate America, as Donald Trump and Joe Rogan discussed why Democrats are blocking voter ID. Listen.
Mail-in ballots are a bad thing.
That certainly is a problem. Mail-in ballots are a problem.
But every
Another
other country,
problem is
other
voter
countries,
ID.
Yeah, a voter ID.
Voter ID is the most bizarre argument that I've never seen anybody articulate in a way that's convincing.
Because
why
they
you
wanna
don't
cheat.
need voter. Well, it doesn't make sense any other way. I've tried to straw man it, or I've tried to steel man it rather. I've tried to look at it from a position like, why would you not want people to have ID? And a lot of the ideas are just ridiculous. You need an ID to get a driver's license.
Okay, but here's now the next step. Gavin Newsom, one of the worst governors in the world, and I used to get along, but I don't get along with him now because he's just too, it's just a whole con job. But Gavin Newsom, the other day, signed a bill that you are not allowed to ask a person, even ask them whether or not they have voter ID.
Now, what could be a charitable reason why anybody
because they
would
want
want
to cheat.
that? But that would be the only thing that makes sense.
But that's taking it to the next level.
Right.
Now, you have ID. The Democrat National Convention, when they had it the last time, I saw, they had a sign, like a billboard, on the name of the person, where they live, how they live, who the hell their boyfriends are. Every single... It was, and a big picture. That's for they have an ID, a big ID. It was hanging like you were a prisoner. They had these massive cards, everything. And yet when it comes to the vote, in theory, the most important thing we do, okay? When you go to a grocery store, you give ID. But for a vote, it's supposed to be a sacred thing, and it should be a sacred thing. No voter ID because they want to cheat.
Well, it doesn't make sense in any other way. I've tried to look at it.
There's no other way.
There's no argument that anybody's presented that makes any sense why.
You know the funny thing, Joe? The Democrats, the people, they all think you should have it. In other words, you should have it. If you go to the people, Mrs. Schwartz, Mrs. Smith, Mr. and Mrs. Jones.
Sure.
They say, of course, yeah. Democrats, they say yes. It's the politicians that don't want it, like Schumer and these guys. They don't want it because they want to be able to cheat. Because you know what? If they didn't have it, okay, who is going to vote for somebody that wants open borders? Who's going to vote for somebody that wants to have men playing in women's sports?
That's a good question.
Ballots are bad.
And mail-in ballots are bad. But the voter ID situation is weird, and it strikes me as somewhat strange to this day. But speaking of something more strange, Joe Rogan and Donald Trump also discussed aliens. Listen to this. You won't want to wait until you hear that Trump says he was never a firm believer, but they definitely probably do exist. Listen.
One of the things that
there's a lot of interest in the people coming from space,
Yes.
And I know you're interested in that.
Oh, I'm very interested in that. How much did they tell you about that?
A lot.
Really?
Yeah.
What'd they tell you? How much can you tell?
So
how's that work? Is it like super top secret?
I can tell,
Tell me.
Well, based on Hunter Biden, I can say whatever the hell I want, right? But I interviewed a few people. It's never been my thing, I have to be honest. I have never been a believer. I have people that Area 51 or whatever it is, I think it's the #1 tourist attraction in the whole country or something. Area 51 in Las Vegas. Do you know that, right?
Sure, I know what it is.
So anyway, but it's a big tourist thing. So I interviewed jet pilots that say they saw something. If you saw them, you'd love to have them as
I've had a couple in here. Commander David Fravor. I had him in, who had that sighting in 2004. Very compelling with video evidence, radar evidence. Ryan Graves.
I don't believe his name, but I interviewed jet pilots that were solid people. Perfect. I mean, great pilots, great everything. And they said, we saw things, sir, that were very strange. Like a round ball, but it wasn't a comet or a meteor. It was something. And it was going 4 times faster than an F-22, which is a very fast plane, And it was round. which is in theory a great shape.
So when you were talking to these people, was this something that you were compelled to have conversations about? Was this your personal interest?
A little bit. It's not a great interest for me, but it's a little interest. I get that question as much as almost any question. Do you think that we have aliens coming, flying around or whatever?
What do you think?
There's no reason not to. I mean, there's no reason not to think that Mars and all these planets don't have life, because
Mars, we've had probes there and rovers, and I don't think there's any life there.
Well, maybe it's life that we don't know, but maybe
there was life there at one point in time. This is the speculation about Mars, that Mars had an atmosphere at one point in time, a long time ago, that could support life. It also had large bodies of water, but we've had no evidence of even bacterial life that exists on Mars. But the universe is pretty vast.
It's not been a big thing for me. I mean, when I looked at what China did to this, they would have never done it with me, where they put the balloon up, and a lot of people thought for a little while that was one of these things. So,
well, that's a lot of the speculation too, that some of these drones that hover over battleships, that these are Chinese drones, and that they're not UFOs.
That could be also.
There's some super sophisticated.
But I did interview, let's say 3 or 4 guys and without tremendous interest, if you had them. As I said, you'd love to have them as your children. Solid, beautiful people. They said, "Sir, there's something there."
There's something there.
They've said it, yeah.
Yeah, I've talked to quite a few of them.
They're not conspiracy guys.
Well, I mean, just the Commander David Fravor thing in 2004 off the coast of San Diego, they clocked that thing going from 50,000 feet above sea level to 50 in a second.
Yeah.
They don't know what it is.
That's tough to beat.
Yeah, they saw something in the water. It was hovering over that something that was making a disturbance in the water. They got video evidence of this thing. 2 different fighter jets with pilots in them saw it. There's, visual evidence, photographic evidence, video evidence, radar evidence. Whatever the hell it is, it moves in a way that would turn a human being into jello if they're inside of it. The G-force, no one would survive.
Oh,
so what is that? And it doesn't have a heat signature. They don't know what their propulsion system was. But
when you fly in some of these jets, these pilots have to be in great shape.
Oh, yeah. I flew with the Blue Angels once.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to fly. I guess it's an FA-18.
And those are older machines.
And they're crazy.
When you fly in some of these things,
oh my God,
amazing. Yeah, but
I can imagine.
You got to be special.
But these things that these people are encountering are far superior to what we know of.
Yeah.
And apparently they are. They're encountering all types of alien life. Now, in the end, it ended up being a very, very friendly interview. It was more of a conversation than anything. And it seems like they ended on a good note. Check out how they closed it out.
How long have we been talking?
A long time.
Let's go.
Probably like 3 hours.
I got to make a speech.
Right.
But we'll do it again. I want to do it again with you.
Okay.
You are something. I said, how long will this last? Anywhere from an hour to 3 or 4 hours.
How long we do, Jamie? 3 hours.
Good. Well, we'll do it again. I thought it was great. I think it was
great. It was a lot of fun.
You are a fascinating guy, and you've done a great job.
Thank you very much.
I'm a big fan, and thank you very much. It's been an honor. And
it's been an honor to have you on as well.
I'm going to make a great speech, and I'm going to say, and if I'm a little off tonight, I'm going to blame you. I'm going to say I spoke to this guy for 3 hours. Anyway, it's a great honor to be.
Thank you, sir.
What a great honor it was for all of us. We just summarized the 3-hour interview down to 15 minutes. Some of the things that you might have missed was him talking about RFK Jr., getting America healthy again. These are things that matter to me as a new father and someone who's trying to raise my kids in a country that has been so difficult to find quality food. And so, there was a lot of other notable moments. You can find the rest of the moments clipped out by the Vigilant Fox on X. He's an excellent follow. He has the best clips and the latest information every single day. My name is Elijah Schaefer. Thank you for watching the Gateway Pundits Weekend Review. Have a great rest of the week, as always, and may God bless the United States of America. I'm signing out.
In the iconic Herald Square in Manhattan's heart of Midtown New York City. Yes, it is not a fantasy, folks. I am here, and we've been interviewing folks all day long of all strides, all walks of life, Bangladeshis, Indians, Americans, you Jews, everybody's here. And it's been phenomenal to be here with you. But I just ran into a friend here, Carlos. Carlos, come over here. We were just talking, and you briefly told me you actually at one point worked at a Trump property.
A constituent and grassroots ex-assistant broker at the Trump building on Wall Street a few years back. currently now a chess player who usually resides at Union Square. But I want to say, on behalf of the Commonwealth, if Trump gets the opportunity again, we don't want America just to be great. Make it greater.
Well, that's actually an inspirational message from a former Trump employee. Now, let me ask you a quick question. What is the feeling for you as a New Yorker that you're getting from this energy here? It's palpable. We can feel it. I've been saying this all day long. What's your take on what you're experiencing here? How does this make you feel?
I mean, the process is great. You know what I mean? It lends to our quality of life. Now, you have to keep in mind, you got certain corporations that are leading the way in terms of pioneerships, and they are bringing products like the A1 robotics, and these things are beneficial to our quality of life if used in a positive and manageable way.
Well, great, granted, but let's talk about the energy here. Let's talk about simpler things. Tell me what it's like to see all these Red America, Make America Great Again hats in the middle of New York City's Midtown.
It's a good thing. It's a good sign. It's definitely a good sign.
You know what, Carlos? Thank you so much for being... Carl, sorry, Carl. Thank you so much. Trump so much. So as we're continuing here to live coverage out of Midtown, my colleague who's been here with me dealing with this entire thing, Cara Castronuva, I want to bring her into the frame here for a second so we can talk.
Beautiful people there that were seeing Trump for the first time, a lot of former Democrats. Everybody's just really excited. So I hope that you guys got to see that and we were able to illustrate that for you. That was my experience over there by the line. It's like 100,000 deep, the line. We were just at the very end of it. There were so many people. They're letting people in sections so that people don't start pushing and shoving. Most people wouldn't do that, but they're just being precautionary.
Well, look, I see somebody was sneak peeking here with us. So Women for Trump. Tell us, how do you feel about this energy here today?
Great. I feel so good. I've been years old. I remember being in high school and I wanted him to be my husband. But, I didn't get married.
Hey, Mr. Trump, look, you have Melania, but you have a fan here that was waiting too.
Yes, 70,
You don't need to say that. You look amazing.
I know. People are going to kill me. They're like, she's saying her truth. Sorry. Listen, I love Trump.
Where are you from?
I'm Puerto Rican from Brooklyn. I was born in Brooklyn.
Boricua.
First, American first.
Of course. So tell me, how does it feel to see all the MAGA hats in Herald Square at Madison Square Garden?
So good. It feels so good. But when I go in the train, I'm going to have to change back to my old hat. I don't want to get jumped by these Democrats. Trump, we're winning. Trump, I love you.
And you heard it here first, folks. Thank you so much for being with us. Look at that. She has more merch and everything. So I'm going to hand it over to my colleague, Cara. Thank you so much. I'm going to hand it over back to Cara.
Trump.
Yay. So we have another. I'm not like everybody else. I like talking to the people who don't agree with me. I think it's fun.
Great.
And this.
You can yell while I'm talking too, because I yelled over you.
Oh, so we're here with a New Yorker, and he said he told me off camera he's going to have nightmares tonight from these images of, I guess, what are the nightmares that you're going to have?
Well, this is my neighborhood. This is where I've lived since 1982. So walking up the streets and seeing I want to elect a felon and Trump giving the finger is disgusting to me. It actually made me what? That's what's bothering me.
What bothers me is that Hillary Clinton, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of her. She's a warlord. Sure. But she called all these people Nazis. And I just talked to Chinese, black, Jewish, everybody. And it's like so insulting when you say something like that about a group of people that are just coming.
To do with Trump, though?
I mean, I'm just saying, she's saying Trump is doing a Nazi rally. It's a KKK thing, but there's people of every multi-ethnic people here, and they're just beautiful, wonderful people. So I just feel like when you do stuff like that, it's really not the smartest thing as a politician.
Hillary. Yeah, I don't think she should have said that, but I don't think these are beautiful, wonderful people. They're swearing at each other, and they're voting for a pig and a felon. So no, they're not beautiful and wonderful. But I'm not going to defend Hillary if that's what you want me to do.
It must be interesting because now it seems like you're kind of the minority. You're about
minority in my own neighborhood for the first time.
So many here are supporting Trump. Everyone we pass by is saying Trump 2024. Right, so
go back home because they don't live here.
No, a lot of these people live here, especially in the city. But they're 100
by their clothes. There may be a few people that live in Staten Island and various places.
I spoke to a number of New Yorkers.
Very few people from Manhattan. I'm willing to make a bet with you on that. Very few people.
But I spoke to a number of people.
You can tell by what they're wearing. And I don't mean just Trump T-shirts.
Well, I hope for you that your eyes will open. That I'm praying for you. I'm a very religious person.
So am I.
That you'll realize, like I did when I first came into this, I was wary of Trump, but I realized he is the best choice. No. He is a man of God. Absolutely. And I realized that Kamala Harris is not. She said Christians are not welcome at her rally. That's what she said.
Never heard it.
She said that.
Trump. I moved to New York in 1982. There was a headline in the New York Post a couple of years after I moved here saying, "Best sex I ever had." This was when he was married and he was talking about his mistress. I called my father because my father is where I get my deep religion from. My father cried on the phone. This is not a man of God. This is a pig. Have a good afternoon.
Okay, but I'm just going to put this out there. It's really not the Democrat Party pushing kids to get their penises chopped off, for lack of a better word, is not godly. So that I'm going with Trump on that one. And I hope you can too. Yeah, I hope that you don't believe in children being castrated.
Nobody believes in it.
Kamala Harris does.
I don't even believe that you just said it because it's preposterous. That's a lie.
You got to do your research. On the bills they're trying to pass here and all of this stuff they're trying to pass.
I was in grad school for 10 years. I have a PhD. That was a long time ago. The Democrat Party has changed. Is a lie.
I guarantee if you do your research on it,
it's a lie.
Listen, look into the states and the laws they're trying to pass.
To this guy, but don't lie to me.
Okay. I could promise you. I wish I would.
That is beneath me that you would even try that lie. I'm going off.
We have a Democrat here. He's a nice enough guy, and he's
I didn't say I was a Democrat.
He's a non-Trump supporter, and he's saying that
and I don't even like the word support.
He's saying that Kamala Harris does not support children getting sex changes, and they do. And she has said it, and Joe Biden said it.
You should know better. You really should know better.
Okay, thank you. God bless you. Hopefully God will open up the eyes of people who don't realize how evil the Democrat Party has become. George, George,
no.
Tell me why that guy is very miseducated. Obviously,
not even miseducated.
Uneducated.
I'm gonna go on this, Cara. Did you see him say that he can judge people by what they're wearing, folks? I felt like that was. He's passing judgment on people and as if there's some less worthy than of people who live in Staten Island. You know what? That's why I don't care what you look like. I don't care what you're wearing. I accept you whichever way. If you agree or disagree with my political views, I don't care to be like that man who was an elitist and very misguided on what actual policies Democrats are pushing. And also on top of that, what the candidate he supports, Kamala Harris, is pushing.
He has no idea. Clearly, these people are so deranged from watching CNN and all the BS that he doesn't even know that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden have been pushing the transgender agenda, saying kids need to get, affirmative care? I don't even know what they're calling it now, some word where they should be able to get
think we all know that's going on. Look, overall, this has been a phenomenal afternoon. It's been a phenomenal morning. Like the energy and everything, as we've been saying. Cara's going to go back on the line. I'm hearing from producers that she's going to go cover back the line, and they want more of Cara Castronuva on the line. I see him.
I don't know if I'm going back on the line. We'll see. We'll see how the signal is, because the Secret Service, when they come to town, the signal gets screwed up. Is there a commotion over there?
Oh, I see a man with a donkey pin, so obviously I'm interested.
Really? Why don't you call the donkey pin?
Would you like to come here? Come over here.
Are you ready to go to a social?
Oh
Come
boy,
on, yes,
he's
I
a
am.
social.
I love that. Get in the middle here. So you just said you're a declared socialist.
I am a social democrat. Yes.
Okay, and that's okay. I'm not going to criticize you.
I know.
I'm a conservative Republican. My record's conservative. So my record's conservative. So let's feel like, as a socialist Democrat, what's your feeling about this rally today?
First Amendment. Great. He has the right to have his rally.
You see, we can come into common ground. You respect the First Amendment.
I respect the First Amendment, and as a socialist, many people don't know that, but the Pledge of Allegiance was written by a socialist. So when I hear the Pledge of Allegiance, I am at awe. So what can I tell you?
I love how you're coming.
I wish I would have met you when you ran in Nassau County before all this thing, because there might be more than could have happened.
Well, let me put it this way. Trump is obviously here in Midtown Manhattan. Kamala Harris is not. Do you think this hurts her chances as a socialist Democrat? Do you think this hurts her chances in New York, or could lower her percentage margins here?
Doesn't matter. New York is not at play. 50-50. So what happened in New York, he's from New York. He has the right to be in New York.
So you think New York has no shot, not at play at all, right?
Not for the president.
But there's a lot of down ballot candidates that will benefit.
Now we're talking about down ballot. Down ballot, I don't think so. It will make no difference for the down ballot people.
Okay, I understand.
However, one thing I would love for you to talk about is how the Republican and the Democratic Party really works inside, with things like county committee, district leader, and things like.
Oh, I talk about that all the time. If you follow me on X, I spill the tea all the time, especially on the corruption of Republic, all the time. Yeah, absolutely. You're missing out on a lot if you're not following me. But let me tell you this.
I have a documentary on PBS.
Okay.
That talks about how to get on county committee, which is pbs.org, show county.
All right.
We can talk later.
Fantastic. Yeah. Thank you so much. Look, we even got you're fine. We even got a socialist Democrat here on with us, and they're all good about it. So thank you so much. We'll be right back with you. What's up?
Let's not forget that there is no one more guilty of hiding Joe Biden's cognitive decline than Kamala Harris. Out of all the participants in the scheme to pull the wool over the eyes of the average American and not let us know that our president was not home anymore, Kamala's role was probably the most egregious. She was around the man all the time. She says herself that she was in the Situation Room and a part of every major decision. You're telling me that at no point in time she noticed that he was cooked? And she lied about him till the bitter end, saying that Joe Biden was sharp as a tack. At least that was until the party oligarchs ripped him out, threw him in a ditch somewhere, and replaced him with her. And if you need a reminder of how bad he really is, this is him trying to apologize to Indian tribes.
The Gila Indian River community, the Gila, nothing wrong with me.
A Democrat running for U.S. Senate in Missouri, Lucas Kuntz, accidentally shot a reporter at a campaign event with Adam Kinzinger. But don't worry, he put a Band-Aid on him afterward, so everything's all right. Also, for the record, this is exactly what I imagined Adam Kinzinger would look like holding an AR. Anyways, they didn't mean to hit the reporter. They just so happened to be dumb enough to be shooting at steel targets very, very close, and a piece of shrapnel came and got him in the arm. After the photo op, the reporter was taken to the hospital, treated for non-serious injuries. But talk about crazy. These are the people who want to restrict your ability to own a firearm, and now they're out here hitting reporters. Do you think that they regret removing Joe yet? I don't know. But anyways, Kamala Harris has now come up with a brand new answer when asked about what policies she would have done differently than Joe Biden. If you remember, she continues to say she wouldn't have done anything different. There's not one single thing that they did that she would have changed in the entire 3.5 years. I guess her campaign figured out that that is a really, really bad answer because most Americans are not happy with the decisions that Kamala and Joe made over the last couple of years. So now she says, well, listen, I've only said that because vice presidents aren't supposed to be critical of their president. She basically says, well, it's not very nice. It's not very traditional to criticize your president. But then she does lay out a couple of things. When really pressed, she says, well, I'm going to give people $25,000 because when in doubt, just bribe it out. But hey, skyrocketing home inflation is such a good idea. Just a reminder that as Attorney General, Kamala Harris literally fought to keep people in prison in violation of a court order beyond their release date so that they could be continually used as cheap labor. The picture behind me is made entirely out of the faces of those men. They were getting paid $2 a day. And despite a court order that California reduced the population of their overcrowded prisons, lawyers from Kamala Harris's Attorney General office made the case that no, some of these non-violent offenders need to stay incarcerated or the prison system would lose a source of cheap labor. Even without the invasion at our southern border, record high inflation, crime surging, this story and this story alone is enough to disqualify this woman from ever being handed the power of the presidency.
Retailers, shopping channels, and now even banks have tried canceling myself and MyPillow. Well, during these times, your support has meant everything to us. My employees and I want to personally thank each and every one of you by passing the savings directly on to you. For a limited time, you can get my brand new product, My Slippers, for 50% off. That's the lowest price ever. And remember, My Slippers come with an exclusive 4-layer design. These layers combine to give you amazing comfort and support and help reduce stress on your feet. And with the durable indoor-outdoor sole, you can wear My Slippers anytime, anywhere. I personally guarantee these will be the most comfortable slippers you'll ever own. So go to MyPillow.com now and use the promo code on your screen or call the 1-800 number below to get My Slippers for 50% off, the lowest price in history. And if you do it right now, I'm going to include a free gift with your purchase. Thank you and God bless.
Continues to go
Chocolate chip.
Oh, yeah. What is your message to Republicans who are prepared to block the January 6th commission?
Decisions and reach agreements which will affect the lives of generations to come. You are in a position of extraordinary power. You can change forever.
North Carolina announced its $100 incentive today.
But how are you liking the energy with the people? I mean, I haven't had very barely any negative interaction. The energy's palpable. It's so beautiful. People are like completely unbothered by the presence of MAGA here.
Yeah, I feel like overall the energy is great. Yeah, I'm having a good time. Yeah, I'm having a good time.
So what's your expectation for Trump in New York?
My expectations for Trump in New York is for him to follow up with everything he said and to make sure that housing is affordable again and that food prices go down and that he helps small businesses. Deduct taxes and things.
Okay, so let me ask you another question real quick. No cheating from the bleachers. So let me ask you a question. How does it make you feel when you hear Vice President Kamala Harris and former First Lady Hillary Clinton say that this is a Nazi rally and identifies all of Trump supporters as Nazis? Insinuating this in an entire political party?
Yeah, and she was a part of the Biden administration, and Americans suffered for 4 years. So she has no room to talk, you know.
Yeah, I agree with you. Any positive news? Anything you want to say for President Trump if he hears? So she oxide in front of it. I just love how raw this is. But let's keep talking here real quick. We have so many people here. Come over here. I see you have a sign, unify the country. Look at this. Oh, no, maybe.
What do you think of all this? Do you think it's all going to happen?
Well, I'm interviewing you, first of all. So talk to us a little bit about your sign here.
This is the Great Unity Party. This is what we call MAHAGA.
So you're part of the movement of Make America Great and Healthy Again.
That is absolutely correct. Make America Healthy Again, which is now Make America Great Again, too. You put the two together, you got MAHAGA.
All right, so MAHAGA, it's almost like a greeting. Let me ask you a question. Talk to me as a New Yorker, okay? Yeah. You're wearing this MAHA hat. You're talking about all this enthusiasm of unity. Sure. Tell me what's your feeling and what your experience has been so far here in the middle of Herald Square.
It's just amazing to see people wonder what are all these Trump people doing in the city. But it's like they're here. It's all over the country. And New York and everything.
It hasn't been violent at all. It's been very peaceful.
Lily and I had extremely peaceful.
I love it. And so you're a convert RFK supporter to Trump.
That is absolutely correct.
Let me ask you one question. What do you think defines this election most? What's the number one issue at the top of your head for the 2024 election?
Let's end the forever wars. And the only one who's got the courage to do it is Trump and Bobby.
I agree with that. And if you could say one thing to Kamala Harris in regards to labeling everybody in attendance here being Nazis, what would it be?
She's wrong.
I agree. Well, look, so with us today, and thank you for talking.
Word out. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so I want to continue here with this. Why don't you come over here and talk to me, my friend? You're wearing that beautiful Trump hat. Come over here. Like these people, they come, they want to talk, and then they run. You're going to talk to me. Come on. All right, tell me your thing. Why are you here?
I'm here because I love Trump.
You nervous?
No, I'm not nervous.
Why are you shaking?
I'm not shaking because I love Trump. All my family are Democrat. You know that. But for what I believe in. If the man can take a shot for the nation, at least I can avoid Thanksgiving a turkey. For that reason, I really like Trump.
So what's the number one policy President Trump has that you like the most?
I think economics is better and safety is better too. I like his attitude. I like Trump attitude.
That's fantastic.
I don't care attitude.
What's your opinion of Kamala Harris and Hillary Clinton saying that everybody here today is a Nazi?
They have no news. They have nothing to say. She have nothing to say. That's the only thing to say. Racism, Nazis.
That's her entire campaign.
That's her campaign. She don't have nothing to say. You are racist or Nazis. She can't nothing to say.
I love it. So any words you would have for President Trump if you could?
Oh, Trump, we love you. Keep on the good work.
Fantastic.
Keep on the good work. If this man can take a bullet from us, we can stand with him. the best thing we could do to stand with him, to make sure that make America great again. I'm immigrant for this country, but I love this country.
Where are you from?
Originally, I'm from Nigeria, Africa.
Nigerians for Trump. I'm telling you, we've encountered so many people from so many walks of life.
Because we love Trump. If you live here, you don't know what Trump. Trump is a man of a principle. I believe what Trump stands for. A man of integrity. People call him racist. Call him racist. Go back to past history of his video. He hung around with every black man this time. Now, because the Republicans are racist. No. Democrats have nothing to say apart from racism. The only thing they can say, Trump is a racist, Trump is a racist, Trump is a racist.
And now Nazi. So I understand. So thank you very much for being here. And thank you for talking to me. Thank you. It's a pleasure to talk to you. Look, as you see, folks, we're here and more people. I see a gentleman here in dark MAGA attire. Would you like to come over here? Look at this gentleman. I'm good. He's in dark MAGA attire. Look at this. George. He's asking me what's my name. Oh, look at this guy. Look at this. You're in such great style. Cameraman, can you take a head to toe? Look at that. Look at that dark MAGA look. You look fantastic.
Thank you very much.
So what motivated you to support Donald Trump?
I've been supporting him since, oh my God, the 70s, 80s, and all the way up, because he's a true individual. He's real. And none of this stuff that the Democrats are running on the public for years, especially certain ethnic ethnicities. But they're lying. Their only agenda and the only thing they have to offer is abortion all you want, and what else? Realize that they've been giving away their votes to nobody that cares about them. Everybody else but the American, true-hearted, blooded American.
Fantastic. Thank you very, very much for your time. I appreciate it. As we're staying here, look, Cara, come over here. I'm going to bring in my colleague, Cara Castronuva, because I can't do this without this beautiful woman. But look, the energy, the people, we keep repeating this. Cara, did you hear that? Did you see dark MAGA here? The dark MAGA.
People are happy, they're smiling, they're having political discourse. People are talking to each other, they're not yelling at each other. So,
okay, over here.
It's nice, George, to see how many people love George Santos here in New York.
All of you, come over
So
here.
many people
Get over
love
here.
George.
Look, we have these three guys, they couldn't be happier. Come over here. Come over here. Come over here. I gotta tell you, these guys are full of energy. The energy, like I keep telling you guys, is contagious. People are giddy. They're excited. We have more people standing by here, so I'm just gonna casually pivot over. Come over here, my friend. Let's talk here for the camera. How are you? What's your name?
I'm Michael.
Michael,
From
look,
Manhattan.
let me ask you a question. You're a Manhattanite.
Yeah.
We had a gentleman earlier here who said he didn't think anybody here were Manhattan because he knew based on how they dress.
I'm from Manhattan. President Trump is from New York, and I think more people should come out for him in this city, and I think they're gonna during this election. You know, you got Hillary Clinton, saying this is a Nazi rally, whatever, but she fails to realize that she's not from New York. Donald Trump's from New York. This is his city, and I think he, at the end of his campaign, everything that he's done, he's coming home to say thank you.
Look, you bring up the Nazi thing. I think it's so disrespectful, right, as an American to be labeled a Nazi because of political affiliation. You know, the reality is when you think about this and you look at what it is, What makes you feel? What's the energy you have about what's going on here in Midtown? We're in Midtown Manhattan.
No, it's beautiful. And you want to know the funny thing is if you walk through Chinatown in New York, just even months ago, everything's Donald Trump. Everything. They're selling everything for Donald Trump, and they can't keep it in. I think the enthusiasm here, the enthusiasm in New York, I think he's going to do well in New York. I really do.
Look, statistics show that the governor here is very unpopular. She barely won in 2022. Granted that Democrats have a 2 million voter majority in the state. And as you see some polite people going by, they flick their fingers. But that's genuinely whatever, freedom of speech and First Amendment. But let me tell you, the fact that Donald Trump is within single digits in New York is mind-boggling. And what people miss is that there is a down ballot effect to that, and that affects the majority in Congress. That affects the majority in House over here. So what's your great feeling on that point?
I think the big thing right now is illegal immigration. I mean, this city was built on immigrants. We all came here from different countries years ago, but we came illegally. You walk in the parks these days and you have people all over the place. And I think people that are independent, I think even Democrats, they might not say they're voting for Trump. I think they are.
I think that the reality is this is that tall tale of the silent majority. I think we're seeing the silent majority start to wake up. But I wanted to thank you for speaking to me on camera. Absolutely. You bet. Thank you so much. So I wanted to tell you folks, look, I'm going to go over to Cara Castronuva now, and I'm going to let her take over for a second. She's been interviewing, walking around. So I want to pivot over to my good colleague, Cara, before we wrap everything up. So, Cara.
George, so we're wrapping things up because it's getting cold, but we would stay out here all night, honestly. But the Wi-Fi is spotty because the Secret Service is here. When they're here, something happens with the Wi-Fi. So we know we're not coming in clear, but hopefully you got to really get an idea and a flavor for what this Trump rally was like here in New York. And I could just tell you as an eyewitness, it was amazing. You have people selling Trump memorabilia on all the street corners, people walking around with red hats. I've never seen this in Manhattan. So it's been a wonderful experience. And hopefully you felt like you were here, even if it was for just a few minutes with us. And we're so honored, as always, to bring you the real news from the Gateway Pundit and George Santos joining us today.
Well, Cara, thank you. It's been a great pleasure to be with the Gateway Pundit family here live from Herald Square. It's been one hell of a ride, and we've got so many interesting people. And we're really painting the color and the coloring book that is New York City today, with all these amazing people coming together to really celebrate the end of what they believe is going to be a very good and positive campaign. This is a big one for all Republicans all across the country. So it's been a great pleasure to be with you guys here all morning long and all early afternoon. As Cara said, it's starting to get very cold. We would love to stay here with you guys. I know Wi-Fi. We love you. Thank you for trusting the Gateway Pundit for your news. You know the Gateway Pundit's usually first when everyone's afraid. So stay tuned until our next live coverage. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks, George.